Very good.
Let's see. I found a picture of Mew and Celebi going at it.
No, Carrot,
stop!
no. Carrot, what's wrong with you, Carrot? Please
He's the
stop.
one who asked me.
Carrot,
What the
please
hell?
stop. Carrot, please stop doing it with the celery.
Celery?
Celery. I'm gonna Google celery now. Hold on.
Do not the celery.
I'm going to the celery.
Why does Carrot have to do the celery?
What is she doing with that celery?
I have no words. I
What the fuck
just
is this
hit
image?
record.
Here, Dosha, look at it. Dosha, look at this. What is happening?
Oh no.
Why must you mew the celery?
What, you
Carrot's
don't want to
favorite
eat the
Pokemon?
onion?
Oh god.
Eat
Carrot's
the
favorite-
onion.
Carrot's favorite
Oh.
Pokemon are mukbang and celery.
Look. For all I care, don't give me this existential crisis.
No, that's exactly what we need right now, though.
No.
We need more existential crises.
No, we don't.
We
I'd
need...
rather live in bliss.
No, but we gotta talk about AI. This is a political podcast.
No.
Political. No, wait.
Why
No.
Wait, did I join the wrong
No.
podcast?
It's a
Is this the wrong channel?
podcast. It's experience curve. We've switched gears. We've gone to politics. Gentlemen,
Oh, well,
what
in
are
that
your
case, I
feelings
guess
on
I'm
the
out.
Middle East?
I'm out. I'm out.
I feel like it's too warm for me.
Excellent. Okay, that was a good jittery reduction thing, but fuck, does anyone have a bit ready to go for a good open?
Wait,
That was
not
supposed to
it?
be the open, but
Is
then
that the open?
Then they got ruined.
Yeah.
Oh, did it wait, did I actually ruin it with that?
You didn't ruin it. It's not. We didn't ruin it. Nothing is bad. Everything is good.
If anything, it's a good thing that happened because now we know to mute the alerts.
Yeah, this is
cool.
good. This is actually productive. This is a good thing.
A productive cold open. Never heard that before.
Are you guys excited for Stellar Blade? A lot of people have been talking about Stellar Blade on the internet today.
I can't
and
wait.
over the last few weeks. Are you excited for the PlayStation 5 exclusive game?
I am.
Because I don't
Oh,
have
right. You have a
PS5.
PlayStation 5, you piece of shit.
I do. I can buy Stellar Blade.
fucker. You better be doing a long play episode or something so that we can vicariously play it through you.
I mean, I have a capture card now, so I can actually record it.
I'm just gonna wait for it to come out in PC, to be honest.
I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna have a grand old time. I hope I'll be able to get it when it comes out.
Apparently, it's doing like really well in pre-orders right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's really interesting what happens when you don't try to like impede an artist's view when people are excited for something.
Okay, so can we actually go back to the topic on hand?
What, politics?
No! The Teal Mask and Indigo Disk DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Let's go.
Hey, we actually started recording. Oh my god, we've been trying to record this for a bloody month.
Oh, more than... Well, was it only a month?
I feel
thought it
like
was
it's been a
longer.
month of pushing it back.
I thought it was longer.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
It's been longer.
Anyways,
Has it been
welcome to
longer?
the experience curve.
Pretty sure.
Man. Well, yeah,
Hello,
so...
welcome to Experience Curve, our monthly podcast where we go over a particular video. Except
Quasi-monthly.
this time, it's not a full video game. We're only going to be talking about the DLCs to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which came out on September 13th, 2023, Thursday, the 14th of December, 2023, and January 11th, 2024, respectively. Although you didn't pay for that one. If you got both of them, then you got the third DLC.
Yeah, boy.
Indeed.
Man, these DLCs, I really think, overall, I might like them better than the core game. They're actually pretty fun. Like, they have an actual story to them. Both of them have an actual story with
I
character
missed the Teal
development.
Mask story.
I don't know if I missed it, but they didn't seem to add back in a battle tower or anything.
No.
No,
Okay,
they
yeah.
definitely didn't.
Unfortunately not. But
I assumed that it was going to be paywall content, but there's no like battle tree / tower / whatever. There's nothing like that.
well, remember they said that Oh god, what was that thing? I think it was during X and Y. The Pokemon Company came out and said, people don't want this. For some reason, they think people don't want in-game content.
Well, I know that, but that doesn't mean even after they said that, they still had the Battle Maison, the Battle Tree again, the Battle Tower, and then nothing. This game.
I don't know. That is a peculiar thing that's just missing, I guess.
I mean, I don't use that feature that often, and maybe it's because they've set BP so that you do it via overworld content and multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
Like co-op.
That makes sense.
It isn't really a bad way of doing it, but it does get quite tiresome after a while.
Well, I mean, that's true if you're grinding BP on a battle tower. Maybe they just felt like it wasn't really necessary.
Well, no, I meant the way they're doing it in this game is quite tiring. It's really grindy. Like, I would argue that the way that you get BP in this game is... It's definitely faster than you would get it in the Battle Tower, like in previous games. But it's way grindier. I would argue that it is fun for a day, and only if you do it with friends. Otherwise, I think it's fun for like 10 minutes.
Well, here's the thing, right? All of them are grindy.
Yeah.
Every way that you would get BP in any Pokemon game is going to be like really grindy.
Yeah.
I mean, valid.
And this is the least grindy one.
Well, yeah, but like you get it fast, but it's still you're doing the same thing functionally over and over again with no differentiation. At least in battles, you get some kind of like
in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it was just Mantine serving.
Okay, it's better. It's better than that. I will admit.
I like Mantine surfing.
I like it, but I can't imagine doing it for hours.
I think Mantine surfing is fun for like the first few tries, and then after that, it's just kind of like, well, I did that.
It's fun to try to like get the high score on every island.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I mean,
but...
Also, to be fair, you still had the battle tree if you wanted to switch it up.
Yeah, like they had the other offerings. I mean, that being said, it's not like there's.
So, either way, we're not talking about this. Let's go to Scarlet and Violet.
No, this is Scarlet and Violet. I want to talk about the thing. Well, yeah, I guess we could reframe it. But one other thing on this point is that I think maybe framing it as BP doesn't really make sense since it's basically just the regular currency there, and there's not really anything special. As far as I know, you cannot pay 2 BP to get a rare candy.
It was like 10 to get a rare candy,
for example.
Well, when they made it easier, but they should have made it BBP because just dedicate to the joke. It should have been BBP.
No, it's blueberry points. BBP.
Yeah, blueberry points. That would have made way more sense if they did BBP instead of just BP.
No. They need to stick to the bit.
Yeah.
Was it beach points? Was it blueberry points? Was it battle points? What does it mean? Well, anyway.
It just means anything with a B.
All the above.
But at any rate, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So, with these two DLCs, we open up with 2 new areas, both of which are moderately substantial, one of which is quite substantial, I guess. Kitakami is the first one, which is the location of the Teal Mask, and the second is Blueberry Academy with the giant terrarium in the Indigo Disk, plus a big additional area in another part of the game, which is pretty cool.
Indeed.
So when you start off, because you do have to do these in order, you have to do the Teal Mask before you do the Indigo Disk because it is one solid continuity. The whole idea behind it is there is a student exchange program with various people from the Blueberry Academy and your whichever version of Academy that you have in your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you travel to the... I forget if this is like attached to a specific continent. Like, is it attached to
Unova, I think.
Unova? I'm not sure.
What? No. Which one are we talking about?
Kitakami.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's in between Sinnoh and Johto.
Yeah.
Then it's the Indigo Discs that is in Unova.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So we have both of these. One of them that's in between, which is actually really cool. I would like to see a game where it's like just in between a whole lot of regions to like establish how they relate to each other. That'd be neat.
I mean, to be fair, every game is in between. Every game, like probably after the fourth one, is in between one of the two regions.
That is to say, Blueberry Academy is quote unquote in Unova, but it's actually a bit offshore, so they don't have
A bit.
to be
A
applied
bit.
the same legal precautions as they would be if they were on land in Unova, and
Yay!
therefore also don't have to pay as many taxes.
Tax evasion, yay!
Whoa.
Like, I
It's
got. I
definitely
really,
really canon for sure. Definitely, I didn't just make that
I
up.
really do love the way that they present Blueberry Academy. Like the headmaster of the academy, who's super forgetful, just like brings you into the terrarium, and it's like, man, this place cost a pretty penny, but it was totally worth it. And I'm like, how fucking rich are you?
Rich enough. That's all that
rich.
matters.
I mean, I guess like Pokemon doesn't mean anything when you can literally harness the power of like quasi gods to do whatever you wanted. So
I
like,
imagine living in the Pokemon
quasi.
world is probably pretty cheap.
I mean, realistically, that's a whole. We can do a whole podcast speculating on how like the actual economy and law and all that of the
technically
Pokemon.
speaking, if you go
universe
just
works.
based off of the cost of a Pokeball is usually like $1.50 to $2.
Well,
Give or
actually, didn't oh yeah, goodbye Matt Pat, thank you very much. But didn't Matt Pat do a video where he calculated the exact value of Pokédollars using Payday because Payday was like a gold coin that was specified in weight?
I mean, technically
That's
yes,
interesting.
but also being a Pokemon trainer is inherently not very lucrative.
Yeah. There's a little bit out
And
there.
yet somehow it's a mass craze among that entire world of being a Pokemon trainer, Pokemon master that every 10-year-old goes on, but yet it's not a lucrative career.
Well, not
yes,
every
it builds
10-year-old.
character. That's the point. It builds character. You need your kids to build.
You need your children
character.
to go out and die in the woods with their level 5
So they
Mudkip.
need to starve to be better people.
To be fair,
yes.
oh my god. To be fair,
wilderness survival is so good for you.
Like it's not fair for it's not fair for
Are you
those
crying?
that I go out there and beat them up and steal their lunch money. That's not fair for them.
It's just like there's like some level 80
well,
dude
maybe they
who's
should
just waiting
put
there.
some actual effort into training instead of just standing by the roadside and waiting for people to come to them. Have they thought about that? That's
wow,
probably
you're
the reason
being
why we're so powerful. Is
ableist
just
right
because
now.
we're
How
proactive.
dare you?
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Listen to
we're
Pokemon.
we're moving forward, gentlemen. Let's go. This is too much already. Okay,
okay.
so Kitakami is our first location. First of all, just overall, how did you guys feel about Kitakami? Just like as a location.
Indifferent.
Smaller than I was expecting. It's fine enough. I wasn't like super excited by it. The fact that there was only one town in the area or one settlement, other than the peach shop.
The
Yeah,
peach
there's like
shop.
the one settlement, and then they have their little carnival area for like events and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it as like for main people towns and visits stuff.
Everything else is just total wilderness, which I mean, I guess is fine, but
Don't forget about
I
the
kind of expect more.
one like candy apple shack in the middle of fucking nowhere that just says, "Hey, leave money."
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, actually, hold on. Before I forget about this, this is actually one thing I wanted to bring up. This is driving me fucking insane, right? Okay, so one of the few new Pokemon in this DLC is an evolution of the Dragon Apple. It evolves into a Diplin, which is very cute, very, very cute. So there's an entire area that's very close to the village that's like a little apple orchard, and in this apple orchard you can find both like the sweet apple and the tart apple, like both of the previous evolution items to make a frapple and an appleton. You can find there. Why then is the stall where you get a candy apple to evolve it into the new form located on the opposite side of the island in the middle of fucking nowhere, nowhere close to the apple orchard, nowhere close to the city, just kind of in the middle of a field? Like, why is it there?
If you want a real reason. Yeah, if you want a real reason, it's because they want to, one, reward exploration, and two, they don't want to make it that easy on you.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, though.
Item.
Like, okay, hypothetically
it doesn't make
speaking,
sense from a gameplay perspective. It doesn't make sense in like world building, right?
Yeah, because there's an actual apple orchard. You would think that there would be a stall like in town or in the apple orchard that sold those apples. That's what makes sense. But it's just out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, no,
I think it would make more sense if it was sold at the shrine.
Yeah, that would also work.
One sells regular apples that are either sweet or tart, and the other one, they buy the apples from the first one and then make it syrupy sweet.
That sounds like a vicious cycle. But like, sorry, I wanted to.
So is Pokemon.
I almost forgot to mention that. I don't have that in my notes, so I'm glad I remembered that. Like, that was so weird. I did, actually. I wanted to make sure I remembered a couple of things.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Oh, it's alright. That's fine. I'm just more prepared than you.
Oh, really? Says both people that were late today.
Hey, I had a reason to be late.
Yes, you did.
I had many reasons to be late, actually.
We'll not get into that.
Oh god, no, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to move on with my day and have it be happy. Talk about a Pokemon game with my friends.
Oh, wait, we're friends?
Yeah.
Damn, when did that happen?
We're friends?
We're friends, guys.
We're friends?
We're friendsies. XD.
Okay, let's get back on topic.
Okay, this is the third time we've tried to steer back on topic. Okay, so on Kitakami,
what does that mean? Is that tasty?
On Kitakami, like Diadosha said, there is a plethora of new Pokemon, several new areas, and there is one town as well as like extensions of that town that basically go up into a little shrine area. And then you have big ass Ogre Mountain, which, I'm gonna be real, I think my one big complaint about this DLC is I don't think there's enough differentiation between the biomes. Like, there's this really cool apple orchard area. The town is actually quite nice. The water, the water rice fields are cool. But then you just have bog standard rock wasteland. The mountain is actually quite bland, except for like a couple of spots.
The Crystal Lake or whatever is a cool area, but the rest of it is just like stuff you'd already see in the Scarlet and Violet.
And then there's like the forest behind it, and then there's like a couple of little like sprawling grassland areas in between those. So it's pretty basic, except for like the key areas, if you want to call them that. Because like the key areas are actually really cool. And I also really did like the ice caves that were off the side of the mountain. That was pretty neat. I liked exploring the windy passageways and also glitching through the wall with Miraidon because I don't think they actually thought that you would try to ride through it on your ride Pokemon, which is odd because there's one little like tunnel that's filled with water, meaning you have to ride Miraidon, but it doesn't seem optimized for it at all. Well, Miraidon or Koraidon, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, I think that the Crystal Lake is probably just the coolest area. I'm a sucker for any kind of like apple orchard or that kind of thing, though, so I rather like those areas. So it's like a 50-50 for me. I also think the town is quite cute. I like just like it does feel like a small town because there's like the one shop that everyone just goes to.
But it also seems like a lot of people just live in the hotel.
I mean, there's houses all over the place.
There's not that many, though.
Well, yeah, but there's
There's
not that
enough.
many people.
You think
Yeah.
there's enough for the amount of people that live here?
In real
Yeah,
life,
probably.
Inikami is known for being a very small rural region with a lot of open farmland and wilderness.
Yeah.
It's about visiting Kitakami is about visiting the natural splendor of the Japanese countryside. According to their website, if I remember right, when I looked at it earlier.
Cool.
Interesting.
I already want to go back to the city. I don't like it here.
But anyway, I don't know if there's much more to say about the actual location, or at least from me. If you guys have stuff you want to say about it, by all means. But
There's a
I'm just
place
like-
with some rocks. There's a big cave. There's the thermal vents. There is a bunch of grassland. There's a lake somewhere. That's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat like set piece areas, but there's not a lot to write home about in every area.
Are there a lot of set piece areas? I think there's only like a couple.
There's like 4 or 5. Like the entranceway with all the rice fields, the town itself, the apple orchard, the crystal lake,
The statue of the three heroes.
and yeah, more or less, yeah. Those are the. Well, I was going to say the shrine, so I guess technically there's like
Yeah, the
6
shrine.
or something. So the shrine and then the little area with the statue of the three heroes, but I'm not sure if that counts because that's literally just a field with a tree and a singular shrine. Not like a big grand shrine or anything. I don't know. But
A big old shrine.
yeah, actually, on screen right now, we are introduced to the 2 new characters.
Or the program where it's like, here, take these people.
Like, I think I really like both of these characters a little bit. Because one of them turns out to be an absolute psycho, and the other one opens as a psycho and turns out to be pretty chill. So they kind of balance each other out.
Wait, which one's a psycho?
What's his name? Kieran?
The little boy?
The boy, yeah. The boy is
Like,
an
he starts out
absolute
psycho?
psycho. No. The girl starts out psycho. Carmen starts out psycho, and the boy turns into
Carmen.
a
She's
psycho.
so great.
Yeah, Carmen's a great character.
They're both good characters, to be
I
honest.
wouldn't call either of them psychos.
I think I would call the boy
Carmen
psycho, but man.
starts out as a neurotic bully, and then later on, we get to know her better.
Yeah. Like,
And
then, yeah, as
yeah,
we know,
and then
her
oh
brother.
man, that
Her
boy gets a
brother.
blow up.
man, he becomes the most threatening character I've seen in a long while in these games. He's more
Almost as
threatening
threatening
than...
as Aizen.
But in
Oh my God.
Kinikami, he is a soft boy
Yeah.
type
If he-
character.
He's very shy and very reserved, and then as the story progresses,
We bully
He-
him.
unsubtly becomes more and more upset, which I don't want to say is great, but then again, I'm just sitting here like, holy shit, actual character development in a Pokemon game.
Oh my. It's almost like what they try to do in other places but failed.
It's really good here. Like, they did a good job. Like, with Carmine.
I
What
mean,
the
it
fuck
can
is her
be
name?
Carmen.
What the fuck is her name? I feel like I just had like 3 mental missteps in a row.
It's not Carmen, it's Carmine.
Okay, it is Carmine. Okay. So,
As
Carmine.
it shows on screen.
Carmine is the more subtle
She's
of the
Japanese.
two in terms of
Carmine.
development. Carmine. That sounds
Carmine.
Italian.
How do you
Camine!
mean?
Mamma mia,
Carmine.
Camine! That's a delicious pasta you have
no,
on your
you gotta
head.
say- You gotta enunciate each syllable. Karumine.
Carmine.
Carumine.
I'm just gonna call her
Definitely.
Carmine.
This is
But
definitely
anyway,
mine. Okay, fine.
I'm gonna call her that orange head.
she is really like good as a character because she develops pretty subtly, whereas her brother really
Not
jackknifes
so
a lot. Like he goes way the hell up there and
He
way
goes
the
from
hell
1
down
to
there.
80 in this DLC.
Like,
And he goes
man.
from 80 to like 200 in the Indigo Disk.
Oh yeah, that is important to mention. We are joined by both of these characters throughout both DLCs, which is something
Yep.
new. We have actually never had that in a Pokemon game before. So we actually have a continuous story being told through both DLCs that starts with one and ends with the other. Well, technically three if you include the thing we'll
But
talk
that's
about
like
later. But
that's like an epilogue. That's considered like an epilogue.
man, I can't wait to talk about that. But we'll wait until the end to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What about the actual story of this?
Okay, so like your teacher has you go on a field trip to Kitakami with a bunch of other people, but like when you arrive, some of the kids are sick, and you're like, "Hey, go tell them to come meet us down here." You're like, "Okay, fine." And so you wander around for like 3 hours, and then eventually you get to.
Oh my god.
And
Okay,
that's how it felt
okay.
like for
No,
me.
wait, hold on. Pause there. Why? Why? I had to edit down 5.5 hours of footage, and 3 of it was actually just you wandering around in the rice fields.
I was catching Pokemon when you.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, Dosha.
I was looking at this the other
Listen.
day, like, surely he's not going to, because you're the one who recorded this. So, just sitting there, like,
I don't know what's weird about it.
Why were you just wandering around in the rice fields for 3 hours?
Why are you acting like this is weird?
It is.
It's
Most people
It's not.
would get
It's
out of the
normal.
rice field.
Listen,
Oh my
the
god.
sick kid will be fine. I can catch.
Yeah,
like,
you just
a
left
couple
that.
dozen Pokemon. Okay,
You just left that sick kid to die on the park bench.
it's only been a couple hours. He's fine.
He's fine, you say.
Oh my god, you're a
Oh my
terrible
God.
person.
But no,
How is that
anyway.
terrible? How is that
Anyway.
terrible?
Continue
Whatever.
on. Continue on.
Listen, okay.
No.
So you get back. You get
No.
to the town,
Okay.
and the mayor of the town is like, "Oh yes, I will guide you guys here, and here's your room, and okay, have fun." And then you're let out to go fuck around for a while. But
Yeah.
once you do, you meet Carmine and brother, and they are introduced to you as exchange students from Uva Academy, or not Uva,
Blueberry.
frickin' Blueberry Academy. And Carmine is mean, but you get paired up with. Wait, who do you get paired up with? She gets paired up with some random person and terrifies him.
You get the little boy.
I love that the person who she gets teamed up with just comes to you like, she's just, we haven't done anything. We haven't been able to get anything done. She's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
So you
fantastic.
get paired up with Kieran, and you go. He just hangs out behind you, like several hundred feet.
Yeah, he is the epitome.
He's there, don't worry.
He's the epitome of a shy kid. Like, my god. But like,
He's nice enough towards you.
yeah, over time he begins to like
Warms
open
up.
up to you, and he really starts to open up when you show any sort of interest in the ogre. Like the second you like find out about this, he's like, "I really think the ogre's super cool," and you're like, "Yeah, man, that sounds great." And he's
Everyone
like,
else
"Oh,
hates the ogre.
finally someone else." And that's actually not really a exaggeration. That's kind of what happens. Like when you go to the first sign together, because the whole thing you're assigned to do with the school trip is you need to observe Kitakami's local culture, which is the story of the Loyal Three and the ogre.
Yep, they praise the Laurel 3 and they shit on the ogre.
Yeah,
And
well, I mean, the ogre attacked everybody, so you know.
Yeah. It just, hint,
Yep.
Obviously, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Kitakami's entire culture is more or less revolves around the idea that there are these three Pokemon that defended the island from an evil ogre that lives up on Oni Mountain. So they have like mask wearing festivals and all kinds of stuff like ogre ousting and just whatever manner of event that revolves around this whole idea of this like
hating on the ogre.
Yeah. And Kieran is the only one, well, that we know of at the start who's like,
Being on?
Cool with the ogre. Me and him are pals.
yeah, boy. He's like, he
Well,
thinks
he
the
wants-
ogre is really cool.
Yeah, he likes the ogre a lot. And well, when we go to the shrine, we find, or not the shrine, we go to the statues of the three, and we take a look at it, and we get explained the story there. And then what do we do after that? We go to a bunch of other spots and read stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there's some exposition over the other parts of the culture of Kitagami, which is still mostly around the ogre and the three heroes or saviors or protectors or, you know,
The loyal three.
whatever. The loyal three. And then you go to this big festival.
Mm.
Well,
Where,
big for their standard.
Well, it's like the island festival, right? Or
Yeah,
is this an island? The region festival, basically.
No, yeah, it's on an island, but yeah,
So
I mean, it's not a full region. It's just this area's festival.
yeah,
it's full region, it's just small.
so it's like
It's just
a small town festival. Like there's a lot of this that happens like regionally in Japan. There's a lot of small festivals just all over the place at various times of the year.
It's
Or-
extremely
So-
important for tour. I mean, it's extremely important for the culture of Kitagami.
Yeah, indeed. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Please come see.
Nudge, nudge.
But yeah, it's called the
Yep.
Festival of Masks, and we are, of course, invited. We make our way over there, and as we're just like palling around, eating food, getting masks, doing whatever, when you reach the end of the festival, or at least the end of the day that you go to the festival, you and Carmine, I really don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to say Carmine. Carmine encounter what you originally think is just a kid in a mask, but it turns out to be the actual ogre, who is
Dun,
this,
dun, dun.
who is this small little fucking pile
Die
of
lad.
green and flowers.
Like, he is as shy as Kirin.
Yeah, he's very much just, man. It's. I wasn't expecting Ogerpon to actually look like it did for some reason. I was like, I think that there's going to be something else under the mask. Otherwise, why would the eyes be glowing? Instead, it's very
Ooh.
cutesy. It's incredibly
Yeah,
cutesy,
it's
and I'm
actually-
like, oh.
It is very childlike, basically. Like an innocent, childlike appearance that just has a scary mask.
I think that that was a pretty good touch to it, but yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. And then after you meet it, you accidentally spook the little guy, and he drops his mask and chips part of
It
it.
cracks.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And
So-
so from there, I believe you actually go to talk to Karumine's family about the masks.
We gonna trip over her name.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be the running joke. So
Carmine.
Karumino takes us to her grandfather, who makes masks. It's apparently been a family business for a while. And you explain, we think we actually like encountered the real ogre, and this is his mask, but we feel kind of bad because it was chipped. Could you fix it? And he's like, oh, let me tell you that the town is full of shit.
So yeah, he goes to explain that the loyal three are actually pretenders.
Yeah, it's just like, by some happenstance, the town witnessed Ogerpon beating up the Loyal Three, and assumed that because they were caught in the crossfire that the Loyal Three were their protectors and started to worship them, when in reality it was Ogerpon trying to get the Loyal Three for literally, I believe they
Stealing their
say,
masks.
stealing all of their masks and also killing his trainer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ogerpon had his mask. A trainer basically was right beside him, and then the Loyal Three were like, "We don't like you." Took his killed his partner, took his masks, while
Well,
Ogerpon
no,
was
like,
just out on a food run.
basically, but like way in the past, apparently Ogerpon and his trainer showed up in Kitakami, and then for some reason they terrified the village. Oh, right, xenophobia. The whole thing is xenophobic. Like, new person, get out. So the mask maker of the town took pity on them and made for them 4 very beautiful masks, so that they could enter the festival without anyone being the wiser, and prove that they weren't bad people, and then reveal themselves later or something like that. However, the masks were so gorgeous that people just started talking about them over and over. They were really attention grabbing. And eventually, word made way to other regions, and then the Loyal Three descended upon it in an effort to steal the masks. I believe that's generally the gist of it.
While the ogre was out on a food run or something like
Yeah,
that.
he just went to Mickey D's and he came back and his house has been ransacked.
Yeah, no,
So,
he came back from Mickey D's with the McGriddle in his mouth, doing that toast in the mouth kind of walk back.
I'm just
And
kind of
instead-
picturing there's just Ogerpon. He has his mask up on his head. He's just doing that derpy single leg strut walk forward, and he just has a bag of McDonald's in his hand, and he's just no hands eating a Big Mac. It's just stuck in his mouth.
And instead of meeting his future partner, he meets his end.
Yeah, so it's unsubtly suggested that the Loyal Three just straight up killed the human. However, the human, or sorry, not the human, the Ogerpon's human trainer. So it's unsubtly suggested they just fucking kill him. But he does manage to protect exactly 1 mask. So Ogerpon dons the mask, whips out a club, and proceeds to go try to beat the shit out of the Loyal Three for what they did.
Isn't it just an actual spiked metal club?
Yeah. That's a pretty classic ogre weapon. In his instance, it's called the Ivy Cudgel, because that's his attack.
Yeah. And
But
he
yeah.
beats up the Loyal Three.
But the whole thing was misinterpreted by the town, and the only person who knew the truth was the mask maker, who passed it down through his family, but never revealed the truth to the town, because he was really worried that they would be ostracized from the town if they spoke up, because that was already the thing that just everyone believed.
Which is probably a good call.
I mean, back then, yeah, but it's just really kind of, it's kind of ridiculous.
So yeah, anyways, he sends us on a quest to find the material needed to fix the mask.
Yep.
Which happens to just be on Crystal Lake.
Yep. So, damn. Sorry, I stubbed my toe. Oh my god. How did I stub my toe while sitting down? How did I do that?
What?
How did I manage that?
Hurry.
Alright, I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
I was taking a drink and I leaned back in my chair, but I leaned back too quick, so I kicked my leg up to try and stabilize it, and I managed to bash it directly into the leg of my desk.
Alright. Alright, we'll send you to the hospital. We'll see you when you get back.
Anyway, oh yeah, we forgot to mention the most important part of the story. You get a selfie stick. This is very integral to the plot.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he's like,
selfie
Selfie stick, baby.
I threw it in the trash can as soon as they handed it to me.
I used it a couple times. It's actually not bad. Like, if you're going to have a
I mean, it's a
photo
selfie
taking
stick.
mode, it's fine.
I mean, it's not bad, but I really don't take photos, so
Mm-hmm.
I,
Well, even
Well,
further
clearly
than
you didn't do any blueberry quests then.
you're right, I didn't.
Damn. But anyway, so the truth comes out. However, without knowing that Kieran is within earshot, the grandfather, you, and Carmine all three agree to keep it a secret because he doesn't want Kieran to do something like drastic. So you agree to keep secrets from him. However, he finds out immediately because he overhears you. And then that just starts to really grate on him quite a bit.
And he gives you plenty of opportunity to tell him the truth with
Yeah.
no repercussions, but you double, triple, and quadruple down, be like, oh no,
Yep.
I don't know anything.
Yep. And then you and Carmine, none the wiser, just kind of soldier on, trying to like clear Ogerpon's name, but it just makes it even worse for Kieran because he's obsessed with the ogre, and you guys start hanging out with it behind his back.
Yep.
And I mean, oh boy. And then, because he gets real mad, he punches the shrine where the loyal three are being interned, and they wake the fuck up. He got so mad that he resurrected 3 Pokemon from the dead.
Yep.
Which
And-
is weird considering those statues were never alluded to actually being the Royal Three, but just statues of them.
No,
Well,
no,
I mean,
it said that they were buried there.
they were buried there when they were defeated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were buried there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then, like,
wow, Kieran.
man, I really find the next part of this entire thing hilarious because it really does just completely expose how, like, under the impression the town is of everything. So, like, you and Carmine and Karen immediately panic because you're like, oh no, wait, crap, we're the only ones that know the truth. And then you rush off to, like, see what's wrong with the shrine. And then the shrine owner just happily spots. It's like, oh wow, you just met the Royal Three. We gave them some food and masks. They grew really big.
Oh no.
It's just like, it's so hilarious. The whole fucking thing.
It's like,
But yeah.
yeah, they just resurrected and we nursed them back to health.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so cool. So cool.
So then, of course, you must set off on a journey to defeat all of the Loyal Three and retrieve each of the masks for Ogerpon.
Which you cannot capture on the first go around.
Yes. Well, there
I
is
found
a
that
reason for that. They are actually boss enemies.
Yeah, but
God, I didn't.
no, I just want to not circumvent fighting them by just capturing them, you know? Maybe because they're just not worth my time fighting.
Just use one of the 3 Master Balls that we were given throughout the course of the story and just capture
I
each one
had
of
2
them.
Master Balls somehow.
Oh, man. But yeah, so... we do make the rounds, and after we save Ogerpon from being beat up by the newly resurrected Loyal 3, we basically befriend it and it starts following us around, although it won't follow you into the town for obvious reasons.
Yep.
So we set off to defeat each one of the Loyal 3 and clear Ogerpon's name. So as we're doing this, the story develops into, like, you know, Kirin runs away and we have to save him from something. And he's super bent out of shape because Ogerpon isn't really showing any signs of, like, being friendly towards him, so he's just upset at that. And it keeps spiraling more and more out of control. However, he does do very well in that he goes and tells the town the truth while you're out doing all of this. So when you finally return with Ogerpon and all of the masks, you're able to just explain the truth to the town and introduce the ogre to them, which is really cool.
Yeah, they were extremely receptive to the fact that their entire culture was just completely wrong.
Yeah, like you would think there would be some pushback, but the entire town is like, "Oh, this cute little thing's the thing that we've been ostracizing for like hundreds of years." Damn, we sorry.
I mean, you know, it could just be like the long line of
hard
disconnect
feelings,
of not
bro.
knowing
Yeah.
what it actually was, to then see everything unfold in the now, and that this guy's a cute little guy, and the other three were like beasts.
Yeah. So
Which-
like,
Which also to note, they're all three of them are poison type, which
Mhm.
should tell you they're not good.
I mean, yeah, it seems like poison has been like hallmarked as like a mostly negative Pokemon type. It's just like
Yeah.
they're dangerous Pokemon if they're poisonous. I can't think of like
And-
a friendly poison type.
You know what else is stupid?
Alolan Muck.
Alolan Muck is not friendly.
Yeah, he is.
He's not friendly. He wants to hug you.
Well, that's friendly.
He
No.
wants to hug you
Just
all the
because
way
they're-
around.
Just because they're dangerous doesn't mean it's not friendly.
It's not friendly.
Either way, turns out Pheasantipity, which is the bird one, can be hit with ground type moves.
Yeah, that weirded me
Oh.
out. That really weirded me out. I
It's
didn't
a
get it
bird
at all.
that flies throughout the entire time you face it and try to catch it, but yet it doesn't have levitate and is not a flying type.
It's not a flying type. I never got around to catching that one. So what is its type? Poison plus
Fairy.
Fairy? What the hell?
Yeah, it's actually a really good typing. Like, don't get me wrong, that's pretty strong defensively. But
Yeah,
like,
But
why the hell is
should
it
be
not
immune
flying?
to earthquake?
Well, it's like they all have the same ability, yeah. So they all have that. What does it do? I forget.
Malignant chain? No, that was something else.
It's something chain. If you wouldn't mind
Is
looking
it
that up, I
Toxic
don't
chain?
remember. That's it.
Toxic chain.
So they all have Toxic Chain, which means that it can't have Levitate, which would have made so much more sense. But Toxic Chain as an ability is actually pretty cool. It's kind of weird. It's ill-fitting.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. And so now you take Ogre Pond back to its home. I believe was the next thing.
Yep.
You bring it back to its home. Then he's like, "Hey, I like you. Let's battle."
But then Kieran's like, no, I want him to like me. Battle me.
And then I just beat Kieran and took his lunch money because
Yeah.
economics and all, you know.
At this point, he's really weak.
He's
I want to
he is
stress.
weak.
I want to stress. At this point.
He is weak, meager, and almost kind of crybaby-ish.
No, he definitely is. But, like, he wants this one thing super damn bad. Like, this is a...
I don't blame him because he was the one person that liked Ogerpon when the rest of the town area was just like, oh no, Ogerpon is bad.
Yeah. Like, he
So
is
I
the one
understand
standout.
It's the nice guy syndrome, basically.
Yeah, more or less. Like, that's the really good thing about the way they told this story, is they actually allowed the character to grow and be selfish and be, like, self-serving.
Flawed.
And, yeah, flawed. It's just... Look! Oh my god, characters! Oh my god!
Characters.
It's actually
Character
characters!
flaws.
Holy shit!
So yeah, after you beat Kieran, you then face Ogerpon, and you face it with every one of its masks.
Did anyone have any trouble with Ogerpon?
No.
I don't think I really did. I think one of them I didn't really have attacks that were going to be that powerful against it, but I think the guy wasn't close to losing.
I'm just like...
I think I actually had difficulty with the first mask. I think that was it.
Like, in terms of design, I think Ogerpon is pretty cool. In terms of like actual fighting mechanics, I don't think I like it at all.
I think it's neat because it has a special terrestrial form
Yeah,
for all of its masks.
that's cool, but it's literally just like big giant mask. Woo. Like,
Doesn't he also get a different ability?
he does. He gets a different ability for each mask. All of them
Yeah.
are really pretty good, I think, except for one, but I don't recall which one of them is bad.
And the move also changes depending on
Yep.
which mask. Ivy Cudgel.
It's a really strong attack that gets a nice bonus from the stab of Terastalize, but I'm just like, it seems like
I will
every
say-
type is just kind of mid to me.
As a mechanic, I see it as not a great mechanic because they only gave it to one Pokemon, which is considered a legendary, which a lot of people in normal playthroughs just won't use. So that kind of aspect of the mechanic is just lost a lot.
See,
So
I was really hoping that someone would take Ogerpon with them to fight Kieran later on to see if he like responded to that, because I didn't, and I wanted to test that.
I don't know.
Hmm. But yeah, no.
Hmm.
So I think Ogerpon is fine. Design's great. I wasn't really interested in using it on my team at all. So yeah, that's about the end of the first one, I think. Like you go and you've completed the thing, and you can fight the loyal three afterwards and actually catch them this time. But there's one other quest. It's actually really fun. Did either of you get the Blood Moon?
Yeah. Oh, that was a
Yes.
great quest. Yeah, I'm glad I
Yeah.
did that.
I
I
absolutely
got
loved
Blood
it.
Moon. I didn't use it.
I like how they use the music from Arceus.
Yeah, it makes a lot of like sense to do that there. But man, Blood Moon is so cool. I wish they would do more stuff like this where there's just like a not really an Easter egg Pokemon, but like a rare Pokemon that you have to do a mission for to get. Like that's a really neat thing. I hope they do more of that.
Yeah, it's because it's definitely the one thing where because it is a alternate form for Ursaluna,
Hmm.
which is an evolved form of Ursaring, but Ursaring cannot evolve into Blood Moon.
Yep. So you can only get this one unique one. And the way you
Yep, and
do it,
only one per game file.
you do a stakeout with a photographer.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Ghostbusters. Da, da,
Like,
da, da,
I
da,
actually
da.
thought the whole like mini game was actually pretty good. I mean, like to get there, you do have to catch 150 Pokemon in the Kitakami Dex, which honestly I didn't think was that hard. Like, I think I did that
It's
in like
not
an hour.
difficult. It is not difficult, but as a as someone else that is currently not here would say, the worst part of this game.
Yeah. Carrot is here in spirit, speaking through you. I guess I
'Cause
could
I
pull
will
him in
agree,
here.
I don't like aspects of just having to catch Pokemon for the sake of catching Pokemon.
I
Just
think
to do one small thing.
it's
Speak for
fun.
yourself.
Like, I think the
I
main
am
point of the
speaking for
game.
myself, thank you very much.
The main point of the game is to like catch Pokemon, so I don't see how people have a problem with like filling out your Pokedex and being rewarded for it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but for just for him and I as players, that's just we catch the Pokemon we want to use, and that's it. We run with those Pokemon. Then we find something new, we'll
Have you
maybe run that.
have you been looking at my B-roll at all?
Yes, I have. You put in okay. My choice was: do I put in 1 hour of grasslands footage, or do I put in 3 hours of grasslands footage?
Well, I mean, that's not the point. The point is I've just been catching things.
Yeah, I
And
know.
like I said,
Oh, that's
for-
what you meant. Okay, never mind.
for Carrot and I, just doing that is not something we find completely
Oh, I
fun.
thought you were saying that like trainers in general. Okay.
No. I was just saying for Carrot and I, like that. This is just how we view it. Is yeah, the
Mhm.
game is trying to catch them all, but we don't. We catch the ones we want to use because we think they look cool, or we just want to use them because they are powerful. It's just our play styles.
Yeah.
And so when we're forced to catch Pokemon, then it's just like that takes the fun away of being forced to do something rather than doing it because we decided we want to do it.
Well,
Hmm.
I just don't.
We're in a living
think I see
Pokedex.
it. Yeah, same. I kind of agree. Although I'm not so gun ho about it. I'm kind of in the middle of like I'm okay if my Pokedex isn't fully completed. I do want to
And
go back
be
and
fair,
complete it
part
at
of
some
that
point,
with
though.
me actually just comes from the fact that when I played Pokemon growing up, I never kept Pokemon because I never had a way to keep them moving forward through any means. So, like, I
Well,
never got attached to Pokemon to be able to just catch them all because what would be the point if I there's no reason to?
I mean, you can do it now. It's actually very strange to me that there now exists copies of the original RBY and Gold, Silver, Crystal that you can just transfer stuff from. Assuming you bought them before the 3DS shop shut down.
Uh-huh.
Yay.
Oh
God.
yeah, yay, 3DS.
I
Shop
really,
going
really
down.
hope that
Ooh.
eventually they just put the Pokemon games on the goddamn pass for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, I
That would
guess
be such a
should we
huge
also
game.
mention the fact that that the Citra emulator for 3DS is also currently
Oh,
being
yeah.
taken down as we speak.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, like it's not in development anymore. You can still get copies from certain places, and if you already had it
but the
downloaded,
main
obviously it still works.
Yeah.
but the main person that posted it cannot do that anymore
I'm not in.
because Nintendo has come down on not only Citra but mainly the was it
Well, they came
Yuzu?
down
Well, it was
on
mainly
Yuzu, but
Yuzu, yeah. Citra
they
was
came
a
down on
byproduct.
no.
Or not a
Well, I don't think
byproduct,
it, yeah,
a
it wasn't the same.
bystander.
They okay. So what happened is that Yuzu was given a lawsuit and they settled. But so Yuzu had to be taken offline. However, because Citra was using Yuzu for hosting, they also had to go down.
Mm-hmm.
That is why.
Which really sucks because realistically, I understand why they went after Yuzu. I get it. Like the Nintendo Switch is their current game system. If you're having a very popular emulator be installed on like Steam Decks and whatever, that is successfully pirating your games, even if that was not the implicit wish of the creators of Yuzu, I understand why they issued a lawsuit for that. The fact that Citra got fucked over by this is really heartbreaking because even though I'm sure like tens of thousands of people have it downloaded, so it's not like it's vanished from the internet. It
Nothing
is
ever gets gotten rid of the internet.
like
You'd be surprised,
Nothing ever.
but
it's
Most-
good that a lot of people have it downloaded because that's really the premier way to play a lot of the 3DS games that are just no longer accessible by anyone. So
Yeah, because there are some 3DS shop exclusive games.
So, like, the fact that Citra got taken down is really horrible for games preservation as a whole. Like, again, Yuzu is whatever. I don't think it should have been taken down, but they probably way fucking overreached because they were, like, putting it behind a Patreon paywall rather than just providing it for free. So, like, a lot of stuff got fucked up. But, man, it's a shame that Citra got taken down as a result of it all.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But I still have Citra downloaded, so if anyone needs a copy, I got you.
Don't say we here at Experience Curve are not legally bound.
well, I mean, Obviously, the only reason you would
Did
want to use an
something
emulator
happen?
is so that you can dump your cartridge and play it on PC, obviously.
100%. Get an original Nintendo Switch cartridge and then rip it. Do it. I'm not
Yeah,
even sure how
obviously.
you do that. I'm gonna be real.
Piracy machines.
Yeah, I
That would
don't
be
know
silly.
how to
Come on.
Piracy
Imagine,
machines.
yeah, imagine
I'm just
using them
I'm
for
just
piracy.
picturing
It'd be
like
silly.
when you said that the first thing that popped into
Uh-huh.
my head was like a small little pirate ship that's like on the desk, but just like in the middle of it there's an SD card port and you put it in there and it just like starts sailing around. I don't know why my brain went to like the stupid thing immediately, but that was an entertaining 2 seconds of thought. Oh my god. But anyway, back on track. Once we finish Kitakami and like we are able to catch Ogerpon and everything just kind of winds down, we get a glimpse of Kieran kind of losing his shit a little bit. Like really honestly going like grimdark for a second. He's like got a creepy smile and he puts his hair up and he's just kind of going real psycho, which I really dug. Like when I finished it, I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what happens in the next TLC." Because like this kind of character transformation is very good. It's like the transformation of a good character into a like evil character through obsession, which is a really like tried and true trope. So I was just fucking excited. But man, then well, I guess before we move on, does anyone have anything to say about Kitakami otherwise? Any other notes? Any other neat little things?
Nope.
Kitakami, we do the thing, and then you can catch the monkeys later. There's stuff.
You mean Okidori?
I'm sorry.
I hate the stupid monkey. It's so hard to catch. Listen, his whole strategy when doing the battle against them is like he powers himself up exponentially throughout the entire fight, and it just becomes increasingly difficult along with the constant poison.
Oh my god, that was so funny. I was like, that was your like that was your angry ranty Pokemon version of like we will go to the moon and do the other thing. We will finish the game and do the thing and kill the monkey later. No, yeah, I tried to catch what is his name? The big one, the cat.
Mm.
He was real hard. Like I had a full level team of like 90 plus. Some of my Pokemon were already level 100 before I finished Kitakami. And
Other than Kieran and Carmine and what's her name? I wasn't super enthused with
the
the
professor.
first DLC that much. No, not the professor.
Uh
I actually mostly ignored her.
oh, the photographer, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the photographer. Yeah.
What's her name? I really like her, but I forget her name.
Yeah, I mean, you only interact with her very briefly, but her quests are really cool. I like it. I think that the first quest is like a super good like hidden thing. Like you just kind of run into her in town and she super stands out. She's like just standing there taking pictures, so you're like, "Oh, you're just like right here." But yeah,
There we go.
I'm just stalling for time while you look up the name because I should have written it down. I just called
We
her.
should have written all these down.
I just called her the photographer girl the
Karen.
entire time. Karen, that's it.
Perrine.
Perrine.
I like
Perrine.
Perrine.
Perrine. I mean, you also just
Perrine.
get like a. She gives you a Hisuian Growlithe as well, so you get a lot of stuff for doing her mission.
Yeah, you do. It's great.
Hisuian Growlithe. But man, overall, I think if I was going to give this DLC a letter grade, I'd give it a B, a solid B. I think it was okay. I
Yeah,
quite liked a lot of it.
I wouldn't give a B for something that's just okay.
I don't think
It'd be
that
like a C.
I don't think that I was ever bored playing it. If I was bored at some point playing it, I would probably have given it a C, but I was entertained through the whole thing, so.
I was a little bored. Luckily, the next DLC is a little bit more exciting.
Quite a bit more exciting, actually. So before we actually start talking about the Indigo Disk, Dosha, I wanted to give you an opportunity to go ahead and talk about this beautiful thing you made.
What? I made a sandwich? The sandwich? Wait, which sandwich?
This sandwich,
Which one is
well,
this one?
okay, so while I was scrubbing through your B-roll, I was
I don't
just
remember this
looking
one.
at this, and I was just, like,
Okay.
marveling
Tomato.
at it. I'm like, this looks like a damn banger of a sandwich. Like, this is so
Tomato,
good. I'm gonna leave this
jalapeno.
in at the very
What?
top of the
This is
B-roll,
disgusting.
because I was just like, you must be so proud of this. This sandwich
Uh,
looks bloody amazing.
Isn't this just one of the... This isn't one I made myself, right?
This is one of the sandwiches that you made.
Right.
Look at
That
This
looks
is just a normal...
disgusting.
Look at this beautiful tomato and rice sandwich.
Rice in the sandwich is a choice.
Like, look at this beautiful tomato rice sandwich.
Look,
Would you
it's
like to explain
carbs
yourself?
on carbs.
It's for the effect.
Well, look,
There are
doesn't it
much
look
simpler
delicious?
sandwiches to get the same effect.
Doesn't
I'm
it
sure.
look so good?
Spicy. Tasty. I mean,
Oh my god.
what does it do?
It's
What
an
does it do?
ultra curry
Yeah, so-
style rice.
Yeah, so this had like...
Humongo power grass and item drop fairy.
yeah, so that's like one of the higher end sandwiches
Yep.
that I did.
Yep.
Why am I gonna explain it? The game's the one that made it. I don't have to explain anything.
Look, there are much simpler. There are much simpler
Oh
things
my
to get
God.
the same type of sandwich that you need.
I just felt the call to include that in here. So yeah,
Okay.
Alright.
continuing
So,
on
You're gonna
with our
include
venture.
anything, include the hamburger sandwich I made yesterday. That was
No.
amazing.
You
That
did.
was brilliant.
You did.
Sour
Oh my
sandwich?
god! If
I'm
you
gonna make that in
had,
real life.
if you had sent me that footage, I would have slapped it into here. I'm not kidding.
That'd be the better thing, because that was the one I made, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
The armchair beef
I don't know.
sandwich.
I don't know if it needs both ketchup, mayonnaise, and balsamic vinegar on it, but
I mean,
it's a
that
weird
sounds like it'd be
combination of
good.
condiments.
That sounds like it'd be fine. Maybe a little too acidic with like both balsamic and ketchup, but I
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
already got pineapples on it.
Oh yeah, that'd be a super acidic sandwich. I mean, that might be good though, depending on how like rich the rest of the
You know how
sandwich
to
is.
make that sandwich better?
How?
Put it on a pizza.
Yeah, you're probably right. That would be pretty good on a pizza.
Honestly, yeah. I'm not sure if you were trying to make a joke or not, but that
It
is
was supposed to be a joke. because
No,
of
no, I-
pineapples
See, the joke-
and all
yeah.
the acidities.
See, pineapples don't belong on pizza, you see.
yeah,
It's a sin or
haha, it's
something.
the funny, but no, like for real. Honestly, I think that it would be better on a pizza than on a sandwich.
What, a pineapple
Well,
hamburger pizza?
maybe without the ketchup, maybe with like marinara instead of ketchup. But like other than that, I think it would be really good.
All right, so let's get away from sandwiches and go back to let's go to Blueberry Academy.
Yeah, let's talk about fruit.
All the Academy's
love
about fruit. That's
I
the joke.
love fruit. It's good. Blueberries are delicious.
Lepa berries are tasty.
Blueberries are
Alright,
very
so-
good.
After our
Anyway.
traverse through Kitakami, we get invited to go to their school directly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a student exchange program. I don't know who they got, but we got way more out of it than whoever was sent to Uva Academy.
Yeah,
or whatever,
100%.
Or Anja.
Like this is
Yeah.
this
Or-
academy is actually like certifiably insane. Like the whole idea of it is you are approached by the academy's headmaster, who's this very forgetful dude who likes to push his duties onto members of what basically amount to the what do you call that? The student council? Yeah, student council. So he's this just very charismatic, incredibly forgetful man who just like, hey, do you want to see our giant underwater terrarium that we built because I am crazy and just decided to do this?
And also install the giant terrestrial energy sphere at the top that acts as a sun.
Yeah,
we just
'cause-
we just made a sun of like
that's
soil
actually
and
what they
water.
get out of. That's what they got out of their relationship was the fact that they got to go to our school and do like terrestrial energy because they didn't have that Blueberry Academy to start. That was something that they got after looking into terrestrial energy from our place.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's probably been done for a little while, like at least the start of the semester.
Oh yeah, because the semester is so long. Woo.
Yeah, it's like a million years. Have you ever? Maybe you forget what school's like.
Here we go.
No, not really. Trust me, I get nightmares about being back in school. Okay.
Do you?
Actually, no, it's weird. I actually do. Like,
No,
I'll
yeah.
have random times where I will have a dream where I'm back in school trying to figure out is it A day or B day, and where the hell is my next class?
Is that common?
Oh, boop.
What is?
Is it common to have? Because you said, because Curry said yeah, so I'm like,
No, yeah,
is this
I have
common?
those
Is
too.
this a common experience for
No,
people?
yeah. No, I will have dreams where I wake up, and like I will have dreamed that I was like going to class or something like that, and then I wake up and I look at the clock and I'm like, oh god, I'm late. And it takes like a good couple of seconds for my brain to come down to earth, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm not in school right now. Thank God.
See, when I wake up, I know I'm not in school. It's just in the dream, like I'm in the school trying. Because this, for me, was a common thing of wearing. Wait, is it the A day or B day? Because in my high school, you had 4 classes a day, but 8 classes in total. So you switched off every other day. Then you had to remember where every class was, and that those were like common dreams slash nightmares I would have.
Interesting. But yeah, no, I think that a lot of people have that like variety of dream. Like a lot of people have it like
Forgetting to wear pants in school.
something like that. Like a lot of people have dreams about, oh, I was back in school, or oh, I was back in like service if they were in the military, or they dream that they were working at a previous job, and then they like get up and get ready
Ooh,
for
I've
that
had
job
that too,
because they're just
actually.
like so used to it. That's incredibly common, yeah. But anyway, besides the point.
Back to Dreamland, or let's get out of Dreamland to go back into Dreamland with the Indigo Disk.
Yeah, let's get out of Dreamland to go back to the giant underwater terrarium. So we are brought to the school by the headmaster, and we are more or less immediately greeted by Lacey. Lacey. I actually remembered
Lacey,
to pull up their names because this is important because I really want to talk about
The
all of them.
pink one with
The pink
card
one.
Lacey.
That everyone loves. Everyone really likes Lacey.
Yes,
Is that so?
Yeah.
She is.
She
I guess
is
I have a favorable opinion, but not like a super favorable opinion.
like I think that Lacey is one of the more popular characters introduced. I don't think she's as popular as like Carmine or Carmine or Carmilla, whatever the fuck. Whatever the hell we decided her name wasn't that I
Carlos.
keep Carlos.
Carmen Sandiego.
Oomba, super dooba, oomba, bow.
All right, so yeah,
Anyway,
but yeah, she challenges us immediately to a battle.
yeah, wherein it is not representative of her final team. It's just this little cakewalk of a fight that is kind of really misleading.
Yeah,
So, like,
it sets you up for failure if that's what you're expecting.
basically, this introduces us to, I think, like, the main difference between Blueberry Academy and a lot of other things. Everything is a double battle. There are basically no
every
single battles.
trainer battle.
Yeah, like, every trainer battle is a double battle, which I loved. Oh my god, I missed double battles so much. Double battles are so fun. That's why, like, the Ghost gym leader in the core Scarlet Violet playthrough is one of my favorite gym leaders because she's uniquely a double battle, which is it's so much more fun because it lets you have so much more interplay and it's so neat. In particular,
it's but not everyone's gonna have a team that's conducive to double battles.
however, I had my Matcha Ghost, so that means I could finally make use of its really fucking cool ability. Can I talk about Sinistacha, or however you pronounce his name really quick? Sinistra, whatever it is.
That was a part of Kitagami.
Like, no, so the first one is part of Kitagami. Wait, is it part of Kitagami?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sinistra
well...
and,
that's right, that's right. You can you can evolve it in Kitakami, but it really shines in this DLC. Because, like, its ability is so hilariously good, and its signature move is even more hilariously good. Like, so its ability basically says whenever an ally enters battle, if it's damaged, it heals the ally. Which is a really, really cool ability that allows you to do some really spectacularly fun stuff. Like, you can basically neutralize damage from stealth rocks and spikes. You can heal up if you need, like, a specific threshold of HP for something. Like, you can hot swap in after doing some fun stuff.
With the regenerator mon?
Yeah.
That's some spicy healing.
Like, it's a really, really cool thing. But then Matcha Gotcha, its main move, is so stupid. It's really... like, when I read what this move did...
Scald,
basically? It's better, I would argue. Well, Scald has a higher percentage of applying burn, but, like, who's cooking at Game Freak that thought, hey, you know... we really need to make a HP drain ability that drains for 50% of damage, that has a base power of 90, that also can just inflict burn and also hit both enemy Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell was cooking? I want to thank you, because this is delicious. Like, seriously, this thing is a threat. It is really powerful, in particular in a double battle. It's almost exclusively because Matcha Gotcha is just a ridiculous move, but also it's just really good. Like, it's just Poltegeist, but with a better signature move, and I believe I can't say a stronger typing because it's grass, it has more weaknesses, but it feels like it does more as a result. I just really wanted to gush at that because, man, the second I realized that I had just coincidentally put this Matcha Ghost on my team in the first DLC, and the fact that it was basically tailor-made to translate to the second DLC, man, that was just big serendipity. I was super happy about that.
This DLC introduces 2 more evolutions, as you can currently see on screen. We have an evolution to Duraludon, which is Archaludon, which is basically a bridge.
He's a bridge and he shoots lightning.
He's cool. He is a neat lad. Like, he is very nice. And I wish I had thought to get a picture of mine, but, like, my personal favorite Pokemon, I think from the entire, like, of the additions of the DLC, Hydra Apple. Oh my god, Hydra Apple. Hydra Apple is so fucking cool.
And as opposed to the other evolutions, it is not an evolution of Applin, it's actually an evolution on Diplin, which came in the previous DLC.
Yeah, like, it is just... I really like the idea that there's a Pokemon that you can carry from, like, both DLCs that evolves each time. But, like, I don't know why in the hell this thing is just so good, but its stats are kind of ridiculous. It's just uber tanky. Like, it has a super good defensive line, it has a really good defensive typing, and it also just gains access to way too many moves. It has coverage out the wazoo. Like, if you
I mean,
don't
keep
want
in
to...
mind, it was originally made as just a one-stage evolution instead of a two-stage evolution.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically it's 3-stage because they have both of the older forms
They all
have a
evolved from Applin.
Gigantamax.
Well,
Technically, but I
That's
don't
not
think
an
that
that's not an
counts.
evolution, though. No, it doesn't.
But, like, yeah,
Gigantamax
no.
does not count as an evolution.
I really think that Applin's evolutionary line might just be my favorite evolutionary line in all of Pokemon because Appleton is my Appletunny boy. I just want to give him a big ol' hug. He's great. And then Hydra Apple is just fucking cool. Rapple's
Yeah,
okay.
it's literally. It actually makes it worthy of being a Dragon type Pokemon.
It's just great. I also love its signature move, even though it's probably strictly worse than a lot of other things you can run.
Pickle Beam?
Yeah, Fickle Beam is so fun. It's basically just an additional crit chance for, like, you basically trade off 5 base points of damage and a little bit of accuracy as opposed to, like, Dragon Pulse. But in that trade off, you get the chance that you'll basically double the move's power, which
You'll
can also
basically
crit on top
Hyper
of
Beam.
that. Yeah, it's a small chance. I think it's like a 1 in 5 chance or something, but it happens often enough that it's noticeable. However, the
Yeah, it
main
even
thing...
has an animation to it too, if you actually get it.
Yeah. The main thing that makes Hydra Apple really kind of dumb that I didn't even realize is its ability. Because it looks on its face really non-harmful. But like it lowers the enemy's evasion, which if I'm understanding correctly, raises the accuracy on your move to I think past 95 or something. So the like lower accuracy on Fickle Beam as opposed to Dragon Pulse, and the lower accuracy on the Syrup attack that it also gets as a Diplin, neither of those matter because the evasion is lowered anyway.
Well, at least on the Pokemon it switches in on anyways.
Yeah. But like it's just really hilarious to me that this Pokemon was designed this well. Like it revolves around its ability. It has really good defensive typing. It looks cool. It has a fun gimmick. It has a neat
It has
move.
great
Like
offense.
just a fucking hit out the park. It's so good.
Yeah, I think it might be Indigo Disk's most popular Pokemon, probably.
I would say that that's likely, honestly. It's really good. I think it's supposed to be a pseudo legendary. Like it has the same kind of feeling as like uh Salamence
Well,
or
does it have a
Hydreigon.
600 base stats on
I don't know, I can look that up though. Pulling up Sarah B. Pulling up Sarah B, hitting the Hydra Apple. But while I'm looking this up, because this will take a moment to load, what about you guys? Do you guys have like a favorite Pokemon you want to gush about really quick?
Yes,
There aren't that many.
actually.
Yeah.
So, along with the addition of Indigo Disk, they brought back a specific thing to give it the final closure it needed in the fact of Paradoxmons that came back for Indigo Disk and their new additions, which would be, in Scarlet's case, it brought back Raging Bolt and then added Gouging Fire, which is Raikou and Entei. And then in Violet, they actually bring back it's the Three Musketeers. I can't be bothered to remember which one was the one that was added new and which one was the one that returned.
The new ones are Iron Boulder and Iron Crown.
Iron Boulder was returning. Iron Crown is new.
Hmm? No, they're both new.
Iron Boulder was
No, Iron Leaves was the one from the event.
yeah, there was two There was two of those events. Remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot. Yes, I believe that was Iron Boulder.
Yeah, Raging Bolt came out during Kitakami, but was not associated with Kitagami, so you could get it in the base game.
Yeah.
But now in the Indigo Disk, it is exclusive to having the Indigo Disk to get Raging Bolt again if you didn't already have it.
Yep.
And then also Gouging Fire and Iron Crown, which I had Scarlet, so of course I got Gouging Fire, and I have it on my team.
Lucky bastard.
Hey, look, I told you whichever one you chose, or whichever one you didn't choose, I was going to choose on.
Well, no.
Friday.
I'm not saying for that. I'm not bent out of shape about that. I'm just sitting
Oh.
here like, do you have any idea how irritating it is to trade on the fucking GTS to get a Raging Bolt or a Gouging Fire?
I mean, I could have given you my Raging Bolt.
I know you could have, but I wanted my own. I wanted to get one so that I had everything. I didn't want to get greedy
would you
and
say
do that.
it made you a Raging Bolt?
It did. It made me want to gouge my fire. But no, yeah, like, just as a little side tangent. Before we move too far from it, its stat total is actually way lower than I originally thought. It is 450.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That just means it has a good stat spread then.
It does. It has a very good stat spread. Like, here, hold on. Let me just pull it up and I will read it.
But yeah, I think
Yeah, here we go.
I think the entire legendary line for Raikou, Suicune, and Entei as Paradox forms are fantastic.
Yeah.
However, the Swords of Justice, just like with most of the other Violet Paradox Mons, at least in my opinion, are kind of one note and like they're decent on their own, but the fact that they came in as a group and they're all basically just the same inspiration is kind of bad.
Mm-hmm. Like, when I first saw them, I was like, I wasn't expecting much because I like quite a few of the Paradox Pokemon. I think Iron Valiant is neat. I think Iron Hands is great.
Iron Bundle's broken.
Iron Bundle is stupid. But, like, I was really surprised that Iron Leaves was clearly the coolest one out of all of them. Like, it's strange. I mean, I guess
There's also the hardest one of the raids to fight, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I remember struggle busing with that. But,
yeah,
like,
because me and you struggled on it together.
it was super difficult.
It kept raising its stats and killing us.
But, like, it really is not even funny, like, how much cooler the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon are compared to the Violet Paradox Pokemon. Like, I think there's maybe 2 Scarlet Paradox Pokemon, like the past ones, that aren't really that good. But, man, all of the rest of them are just great. Meanwhile, like, half of the Paradox Pokemon from Violet are just bad.
Yeah, because they're all based off of, like, they all have the naming convention of iron whatever, which you would assume they all are steel type.
Yep.
But no, they're all electric type.
It's very weird. Like, no, they're not even all electric type. They don't have a shared type. Like,
most of them are electric.
I don't know about that.
I mean, the Swords of Justice aren't, but I'm pretty sure most of them
Like,
are electric.
Iron Valiant is not electric. Iron Thorn, I believe, is electric. I mean, I know for a fact that that's not their gimmick. Like, none of them have a shared type. However, the Paradox Pokemon from Scarlet Violet,
right.
the ones from Scarlet Violet don't have a shared naming convention. They just have names. Whereas the Paradox Pokemon from Violet do. They're all called Iron
they're all
something.
Iron,
which is weird.
Most of them are not even steel type, so
yeah,
that naming doesn't make sense.
I mean, the fact that they're all made of metal would make me think like, oh, well, they have a conjoined ability that makes them like have steel type protections or something. No, that's not how it works at all. It's just strange. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that living metal is not technically like steel or qualifies as steel, but I don't know. It's just strange.
I mean,
But yeah,
I
like
don't know. It's
it's just
weird.
weird.
Like they definitely the way they did the Scarlet or the Violet ones are weird and just they all are basically the same thing, but basically robotified, which is cool until it isn't.
Yeah. You know, honestly, before I read Hydra Apple's stats really quick, I do want to talk about Iron Boulder real quick. Like, who the hell designed Iron Boulder? Like, they did it dirty. Like, it has the worst defensive typing I think I've ever seen. None of its types are, like, covered at all. It basically just has the resistances of both types and also the weaknesses of both types, which, because it's part rock, means literally everything can kill it. Just anything can kill it. Like, it's weak to water, it's weak to grass, it's weak to fighting, it's weak to dark, it's weak to ghost, it's weak to, like, all of these incredibly powerful and common type combinations. So it basically just makes it one hell of a glass cannon. It's just you send it out to do one thing and then it dies. So I mean, like, fuck it. Its typing is just bad.
Yeah, Iron Boulder's bad.
But anyway, to read the baselines for Hydrapple, its HP is 106, which is very peculiar. So HP is 106, base attack is 80, base defense is 110, base special attack is 120, base special defense is 80, and base speed is 44. So it's just, I don't know why it's split between 106 and 44. It seems very odd to do that. Like, that's not that common. So yeah, but defensively, it's still pretty damn good. Like, it gets
Yeah, I mean,
tanky.
it's pretty good on the physical bulk. It's all right on the special bulk. So if you just want to make it all equally bulky, you just max out its speed or its special defense and HP.
Yeah, more or less. And I mean, it has a ridiculously good couple of abilities. Because, like, if you don't want to do Sugar Sweet Syrup, which is the evasion lowering thing that basically means its moves are guaranteed to hit until the Pokemon gets switched, it also just has Regenerator, for fun. It also gets access to Recover as a move. It's just like, it's this incredibly fucking annoying thing that can just sit there and continue to exist. And if you don't want to deal with that, just opt for an assault vest. This thing with a vest is fucking crazy. It's real good. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's cool. I love Hydra Apple quite a bit, and I'll stop gushing about it because we've just spent a solid 15 minutes talking about it. But getting back on track to Blueberry Academy.
So you get to Blueberry Academy and you get introduced to everything and everyone, and then you run into this weird purple-haired guy who you don't recognize at first, but then they say their name is Kieran, and you're like, "Oh, that Kieran?"
Yo,
Oh yeah, this man had
glow
a
up.
glow up.
Big glow up.
I don't know if it's a glow up, but it's definitely like a big change.
It made the lady swoon. That flavor.
Swoon.
Like no, that like when he got introduced,
No,
like it
see.
made the lady swoon.
I think you're wrong. I think that he scares people.
Yeah,
Really?
he's very much try hard at scaring everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, like,
try harding, sure, but I think the players still were just like, as soon as it showed him with like the hair back, they all got the same thing as like Aizen did in Bleach, where they're like, "Oh my."
I guess, yeah. I mean, I would definitely call this, like, a direct change. Like, it's a drastic change. So, like,
And all because of what you did to him in Kitagami.
yeah, basically, he got.
You took his ogre.
He
didn't
got.
like it.
He got super bent out of shape, bro.
Yeah.
He was the one who liked the ogre, but the ogre liked you more.
He
It's
got
just-
so
this
bent
be?
out of shape.
And then he can't even
took
beat
it
you.
personally
Yeah.
and decided to beat everyone up for their lunch money. And it worked.
Yeah, no, this is like, oh my god, I love this transformation of characters so much because it's legitimately like how people can grow into bullies. This is a really good way to show this.
He wants power specifically to beat you, though.
Yeah, that's like being wholly obsessive is his like heroic flaw or tragic flaw or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it.
he went from a bug catcher being able to beat him to basically only player characters could beat him.
Yeah, no, like I know that we're skipping over a little bit, but because it's on screen now, because I wasn't anticipating we would like not get to it by then. He is legitimately fucking difficult. Like,
It only took me 2 tries, I think, to beat him.
yeah, but like when you compare this to like Gita, like this is the
no,
this is the champion.
Well, I mean, the Elite Four had some pretty good fights too.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to get to, but I just thought I'd mention this since we were on it. I think
I guess so.
all of us actually had to fight him at least twice. I technically had to fight him 3 times, but I only reset the second time because I accidentally put something at the start of the team that wasn't supposed to be there.
Part of it's just that double battles are a lot trickier to navigate, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the battles on Blueberry Academy are double battles.
Yeah, we
unless it's a
mentioned that.
wild Pokemon. Yeah.
But like,
Okay, so-
it's really tough.
So yeah, let's go back to where we actually were in the story, in which we then get told, "Yeah, hey, go to the aquarium."
Or terrarium.
Terrarium.
Yeah,
Okay.
terrarium.
But yeah,
There's an
it's-
aquarium.
It's
so
basically an aquarium because it's all underwater.
here, I will go on ahead
No,
and
it's a reverse
zoop
aquarium
us.
because
I'll zoop us
it's
back
under the
to
water,
start.
but it
Zoop.
has air in it.
Oh wait, that's the sandwich. That's more of the
Your
sandwich.
air.
There we go. We get zooped to the terrarium. And man, this is actually a really cool area. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You're talking about the terrarium in general?
yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
this is the best way they definitely could have done this type of thing. I think.
It
I
is.
think the terrarium is very cool. Yeah, I like it.
I think that this is like it's way more decorated. There's a lot of places to explore. I think that this is probably the. I agree. I think that this is the best way they could have presented this.
And it makes more sense in a terrarium than just like the open world being a day's trek, and then you go from hot to snow to whatever, just in the normal climate instead of in like a terrarium where everything's like precisely controlled.
Yeah. So it makes sense, and there's just a bunch of these cubic structures that are explained as like this is what regulates the environment of the terrarium, which Pokemon magic technology, etc. It's all
I
possible.
mean, literally, Pokemon evolving could end the world's energy crisis. Like,
yeah, but like, well, I mean, Pokemon already has been proven to have perpetual energy. Like they have overcome that whole thing. Like they have infinite energy. So you can just do all kinds of nutty bullshit.
you would think with infinite energy, the evil teams would stop trying to get more infinite energy.
Well, no, because they want control over the infinite energy so they can stymie it so they make money off of it. It's technically, well, no, not even technically. It is legitimate terrorism. But man, yeah, like...
Terrorism.
Dude. I just, like, saw Tenma pop up at the bottom of the screen. Oh,
no.
terrorism! Anyway, so, yeah, no, the terrarium is spread out between 4 biomes. There's the savanna biome, the canyon biome, the polar biome, and the coastal biome.
You
There's
can think of
technically
them
a
as
5th one.
spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Yeah. And,
But yeah, there's technically a 5th one because there's Chargestone Cave.
okay, well, in that case, there's also 7
The
because
Chargestone
there's...
Cave, for the purposes of things like BBQs that care about where things are at, It
Yeah.
doesn't really count as its own zone.
So there's also like the central plaza, and there's a bunch of cave systems underneath like the center of the entire thing, which I guess also count as their own individual biomes. So there's like 7 or 8, but the main gist of it is there's 4 quadrants in this circle, and then like Dosha mentioned earlier, there's a giant artificial sun above it all that's just this giant green
Terrestrial.
menagerie of terrestrial energy.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this is a really cool area. The first area you end up in the safari, I call it the safari zone. It's the
Savannah biome.
it's
Yeah,
the savannah
it feel-
biome, but like it's exactly the safari area from Kanto.
It has a lot of the same Pokemon. Yep.
Yeah. So I
So
did not
Rhyhorn,
do the
Doduo.
story at first. I actually
It doesn't have a
decided to.
Nidoran.
No,
I actually decided to do the quest to complete 200 Pokédex entries in the key or in the Indigo Disk before I did the story.
I really wanted to see where the story was going, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, no, I also did that because you meet the photographer lady again. You meet oh god, we looked up her name earlier. Erin? Was that her name?
Penny? Yeah, that's
Penny?
it. Penny.
Yeah, I remembered. Yay. We meet up with Penny again, and this time she wants us to do 200. Which
Yep.
is quite a lot, because
Which
there's a lot
technically
of
should
things in
only
this thing.
be able to be done after you beat the Indigo Disc, because it kind of requires you to get the starter Pokemon, which you only are able to unlock after the game.
Unless you're a cheating bugger like me and you just have a lot of them sitting at home and you can't be asked to grind up 3,000 battle points.
Or you're like me, who has a friend that has all that in their home and traded with me.
Like all of the biome. Oh yeah, we should actually mention this. So the whole of Blueberry Academy functions on battle points. So you use battle points in the store, you use battle points for the cafeteria, which has a ridiculously good food item in it that gives you shiny up level 3 for all of your Pokemon that you encounter.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
There's just shiny up level 3 for everything?
yeah, sparkling power all level 3 from the Academy main dish in the cafeteria.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, it's really good. It's also really cheap. I think it's like 150 battle points, which is not a lot. So,
Man, who needs Herba Mystica?
well, Herba Mystica is good if you want to specifically like encounter one type of thing. But if you just generally want to upgrade your shiny chances, you can just go and eat this dish now, and it's just there. It's really cool. But the way you earn battle points is BBQs. You do a lot of BBQs.
Blueberry Quest,
Blueberry quests.
which I did none of.
Me and Dosha actually did a fair number of them last night before I got too dang tired and wussed out. So basically, you can do these together or separately, but it is so much more efficient to do them together. Oh my god!
You can do them one at a time and get your.
Well, no,
40
there are solo
60
quests
points.
and then there are group quests.
Well,
Yeah.
you can do the solo quests together.
Yeah, when you do the solo quests, like every time you complete one, it also completes it for everyone in your group.
Oh.
Progress also counts between players. So, for example, if I pick up 5 shiny items off the ground and Curry picks up 5 shiny objects on the ground, then it's 10.
Yeah. So it's
Okay, so not that bad, not that bad.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Adding more players just makes you able to complete these tasks way faster.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even increase it by like 4 times because they're cumulative and they also stack with each other. Like if you get 3 separate ones that say make a TM, if you make 1 TM, you get all 3 of them done. So like it gets really cool because it just gets exponentially easier the more people you have in your world. So it's just way better to do BBQs together. And like Ark mentioned, you also get group BBQs that are specific to the Union Circle, which are like gold level quests that are very rare, and you have to do like 3 of the second level quests to get it. And this includes everything from like take a selfie while wearing a mask, locate this specific Pokemon by its silhouette, find Ditto blocks in the central area. Like
Disgusting.
they're all very fun. I was actually surprised. So yeah, I like the BBQ system quite a bit. I feel like if you did it for more than a day or two, it would be very tiring, and doing it on your own is exhausting because it's incredibly
you just don't get as
monotonous.
many points. It's not like you get half the amount of points. You get way less
Mhm.
points per just by doing it on your own. Yeah.
It's like if you for some reason don't have an internet connection or have no way of connecting with people and you want to grind up like enough battle points to unlock the upgrade for each biome, I think someone timed it out as like you would need to like work in terms of like weeks. Like you would have to do hours of grinding per day for a couple of weeks to get as many as you need. Because you need 3,000 points for each upgrade, meaning that you need to get 12,000 points to get all 4 of them upgraded. So you only get like 30 per basic BBQ. You get 4 BBQs at a time, and then you get like a couple hundred for doing the higher level ones. So like even if you get 1,000 BBQ or 1,000 battle points a day from doing your BBQs, you still need to do way too many of them to get it. So it's just way better to do it with other people because you can grind up enough to unlock all of the things with others. I think less than 24 hours. Like me and Dosha only played for 3 hours, and I think I had enough to unlock 2 of the zones just from that. Like
I
it,
had
Okay,
4,500 points by the end of it. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, but that would require multiple people being able to share time for like hours and hours on end.
well, yeah, but I mean that's not too uncommon if you have friends that just like doing it. I mean, people get online for stuff like Call of Duty or Minecraft or just burn time, so that's not like a huge ask, I suppose. But it really does feel incredibly lopsided when you look at it like that, because if you just for some reason have a copy of Pokemon but don't have internet or don't have Switch Online because you can't afford it, then you just are stuck grinding forever to
I
get what
mean,
you want.
kids have like all this time, but a lot of the adults that probably play don't have all that time to sink into it.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of groups, like you can get into Discords and Reddit and all that and like join up with people, so you can do it that way, but it does feel like it discludes people that doesn't have or that don't have good internet connections or can pay for things. So it's a little bit strange.
It's economist how they're like
Economist.
economist or whatever.
Economist. Oh god. But yeah, I mean other than that complaint, I think that the group BBQs are great, but the regular BBQs are very monotonous.
Mhm. And like we were saying earlier, there's no battle tower or anything. You can't do it by just battling
Oh yeah, and
NPCs.
you need BP to actually tackle the main story, but I think they give you enough in order to actually do the story.
You don't need a lot. But yeah, I guess the closest thing to doing the battle tower here, which I guess isn't
Oh
close at
yeah.
all, is doing the Elite Four.
Speaking of BP, did anybody do the combining machine, the fabricator?
No,
I saw it
I
in
did.
your
I
in
did.
your footage, and I was like, "What is that?" I actually
It's
didn't
the
know it
got. It's the
existed.
material gotcha.
it's the Cramorat machine. It's the Cramomatic, but again this time.
Oh
It lets
God,
you
wait,
do
really?
10 items at a time, and it seems to have a higher rate of getting good stuff. If you look back at
Wait, can you
the
get
footage
special
that I've
balls
seen,
from it?
yes,
Oh my God! Wait a minute, I have to look this up now.
I think I did pretty good on mine, actually.
What is it called?
I don't remember. I call it the material gotcha.
The Material Gotcha.
You put a bunch of stuff in, and it's like a bunch of stuff. You need a lot of material. Luckily, I, the BBQs help because they tell you to just KO Pokemon, and I was doing a lot of that anyway earlier, and I had a bunch of material that I don't really need to use all that much. I don't make that many TMs, so it wasn't that much of a big deal for me to roll on it a couple hundred times, and I did get balls out of it. I just don't remember which ones because that was a while ago now.
Oh man, we're back to like the 1% bonus gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking at the rates right now. So
The difference is that it's easier to get the material to roll with. You don't have to just shake down trees and get like 1
yeah,
to 5 apricorns, and you can roll 10 at a time.
yeah.
That makes it
So
a lot more convenient.
that is
It's not as
so
bad.
much better. Yeah.
Yeah, but why can't we do 100 at a time?
I mean, I think 10
I
at a
wish we
time is a
could.
fine number.
I don't
But
think they expect people to grind that much.
yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just like looking through this. You can get every shard in the game. You can get every evolution item. It looks like.
yeah,
You can get every Pokeball except for the sport ball. No, you can't get the sport ball. It looks like. But
I
yeah,
guess
no.
the main difference between the Cramomatic and this one is that you cannot put in specific things and get out specific results.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask because it doesn't look like there's recipes.
It is a
So,
gotcha.
in terms of what you can get was similar to the Chromomatic, you can get every special ball, including sports balls, dream balls, beast balls, and safari balls. All of those are 1.7% chances when you roll the 1% chance. So it's very like low chance to get, but you can also roll an actual master ball at a 0.75% chance, which I feel like is a better rate considering the previous rate for the Chromatic was like 0.5% chance, which is fucking ridiculous. I still can't believe that Carrot got one immediately. I was so pissed. God damn, that's annoying. But this one is also easy because you just throw items into it, right? Just like
Yeah,
any old item.
well, I mean, you can't throw items, it's material. So specifically things like Magnemite screws and Gimmighoul coins
Oh,
and
okay.
things like that.
So it's Pokemon materials that you use.
Venonat
Neat.
dust, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm going to try that when I get off later. I want to
Fair
see
enough.
what I get.
I mean, you could do it right now, but
I guess I could.
you know,
I mean, if you guys want to talk about the next thing, which I think is the Elite Four, I have stuff to say about it too, but I guess I could turn on my game and just go to the uh, league room.
the Elite Four, design wise, not the most interesting Elite Four. Actually, probably close to the least interesting.
Really?
That's just true of design, character designs throughout basically the whole of Scarlet and Violet, though. To be honest,
Hard disagree. I think that these are some of
everyone's
the
super
most
duper
memorable Elite Four that we've ever or that we've had.
character design. In terms of like personality, they're a little more, because you spend time with them.
Yeah,
You get to know them a little better. You kind of know what kind of people they are. You don't get that from most of the other
like
Elite Fours.
I would say that this is probably among maybe in the top like five of all of the Elite Four members, maybe even top three, because like they each have a very like specific look. They're all memorable. They all have a very distinct personality, and they all have like just a way about them that makes them feel way more interesting than the normal like accoutrement of previous ones who are like you just show up and it's like, oh, we've just been here this whole time, you haven't met us at all. But like if you ask me to name all of the Elite Four members in like Johto or Hoenn or just any random game, I would probably struggle remembering most of them, but I would remember a few. I think going forward, I would probably remember all four of these people.
I mean, Kanto and Johto have quite a few of the same ones, so
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean, I remember people like Phoebe and Winstrom and Drake, and I remember Chantal. And, I remember a lot of the other Elite Four members. That's just because they have a really striking visual design. And
Yeah,
then,
Chantal is the spooky writer.
yeah, I could probably keep going, but like with these ones, I don't feel like I'm gonna remember Crispin in like a
Yeah,
year from now.
I'm not gonna remember any of these.
That's really funny
But-
because I was gonna say I'm gonna remember Crispin very distinctly because number one, I just wanted him to go and wallop someone with that frying pan. I just wanted him to like run up to something just completely out of nowhere and just whap it over the head with a frying pan. That's what I wanted.
Doesn't he send out his Pokeballs with it?
He does, yeah. He flicks his Pokeballs out of the saute pan, which is
Look,
great.
if you want to watch Ratatouille, we'll just watch Ratatouille.
I too want to watch Ratatouille. It's a good
I mean,
movie.
I like the place where they're coming from. I like the animations. I like the character. I just don't like the design. It's just not that memorable.
No,
Their
I think I
fights
disagree.
are a little different.
Because, like, personality-wise, like, Amaris, is that her name? Is that how you pronounce it? Like,
I don't remember.
the robot girl.
She's not a
Flying
robot.
She
She's
acts like a
human being.
robot.
No,
like-
she just
No,
acts like
she
a
just-
Blue Ranger.
She just cares about rules. Rules are rules.
Yeah, I get you,
Yeah,
but, like,
she is literally the Blue Ranger of the Elite Four.
she is so robotic, and I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of memorable. It's very strange.
She's not robotic. She's just uptight. She's serious. She cares about order and rules.
Like, she was in the
That's the kind of person that
ROTC
she is.
club. She probably could have been an officer in the military. Like,
Yeah, that kind of person.
yeah, rules are rules. She is literally the Blue Power Ranger of this game because of how she sticks to the rules.
Mm-hmm. And that's her main thing that she cares about. Other than, but I mean, like, she does care about her friends. Like, that's pretty clear too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, she develops flight.
Yeah, she can feed Pokemon that are somehow have the potential for flying, and she feeds them this thing, and that makes them fly,
Yep.
which is kind of silly.
No, it's hilarious, though, because at the end of the game, once everything is done, you just kind of like huck the whole bottle into your respective ride Pokemon's mouth, and she's like, "No, wait, I've never tested that many before," and it's just totally fine, and it's unlocked the ability permanently. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Like, huh?
That's
Yeah, all right,
really
so
fucking funny.
That seems to have worked. Yeah. So
Like, your Miraidon and Cryoidon got such a critical mass of energy to be able to fly that it just lasts forever.
God,
so
it's
probably
so
worth
funny.
mentioning that Koraidon doesn't make sense for flying like Miraidon does. Miraidon has actual jet engines. Koraidon doesn't flap its wings. It just kind of
Yeah, but the
moves
It just
magic.
kind of flies. And see, this is again, I will complain about
make any
Koraidon
sense.
until
It
the
doesn't
day I
make any
die.
sense.
Nothing about it. Nothing about it makes sense. Why does it have wheels if it doesn't use the wheels?
This is worse than the wheels.
It's just so strange. But yeah, no, like it is kind of just hilarious. I guess I didn't notice because of I picked the correct one.
You're gonna die for that one.
No, fuck you. Miraidon's strictly better than Koraidon. In everything except... Well, actually, they're both really good in battle, but in terms of a ride Pokemon, Miraidon is strictly better.
Actually,
I
I
think-
think Miraidon would still beat Koraidon in battle because Miraidon's faster.
I like
Probably.
Koraidon in cutscenes more. It's more expressive.
Look, I like Koraidon better, and I will stand by that. Koraidon was my decision. It is my Koraidon, and fuck you.
However, I do concede that it is dumb that it has wheels that don't spin.
Thank you. That really, if I get that, that's all I'll ask. I will take that. I will
Double
gladly
and
take
triple
that.
down. There is nothing wrong with Koraidon.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think honestly, out of all the Elite Four, Lacey is probably the most quote unquote normal but she's also probably the most memorable design-wise because a lot of people just think her design is super cute. Especially because she has, like, emotes that she does. She'll, like, do the, like, cross arms thing whenever she says no. And just all of these other little, like, subtle movements that they added to her character.
Oh yeah, and it's also important to note that a lot of the Elite Four members here are, I think, also technically count as descendants of other Pokemon characters.
Yeah, because Lacey is the daughter of gym leaders, right?
If I
I
remember
don't
right,
know.
it was. We know Clay is one of them because of the Excadrill,
It was,
and the other one is
Alicia.
supposedly Elisa,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
pretty insane pairing.
I'm just sitting here
Yeah.
like, dang, they lowered the bridge for each other.
Yeah, they
It's
definitely
really-
did.
It's really good. Like, I'm just sitting here like,
But now it makes
Of
sense why
course.
Clayton would do that.
yeah,
Just because Elisa requested it.
it's
But also,
really funny.
the Dragon Elite Four member is actually someone to Drayden's family from Unova. Which makes sense, because
Yep,
this is
yep.
technically Unova.
Yep. But like, well, I mean, speaking of Drayden, he's the last one we haven't really talked about, and he's probably the one that we get to know the most of because
And I hate him the most.
he strings you along just to beat Kieran into submission. However, he himself is also one of the most difficult Elite Four members I have ever fought.
It took me 15 attempts.
It took me 6.
It took me like 10 to 15 because I had Raging Bolt, Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, and Koraidon.
Yup. Like, genuinely, I'm not, like, fluffing this up. It was actually fucking difficult. Like, I was shocked at how difficult his fight was.
Yeah, like his team specifically exemplifies the fact that this DLC is not for the Timmies of the world.
No, like, I really think they upped the difficulty significantly because everyone complained about how easy the core game was or something. Like, it's is kind of crazy. Because then, like, after you beat Drayton, you finally move on to fighting Kieran, like we were
Well, no,
talking
I
about.
fought Drayden first.
Oh, you fought Drayton for. I fought him last.
No,
I
fought
also did
no,
last.
because he gave you the TM to evolve into Hydrapple, so I fought him first.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I said that I wanted to do it last because I wanted that to be the capstone before I fought Kieran.
Well,
It just makes more
it's
thematic
because
sense
you
to fight him last.
Yeah.
It's because you didn't want to know anything going in, so I don't think you even knew that until the point. Because I think you had said up front you wanted to face Dryden last, but you also didn't want any like things of what you get from him.
Okay, yeah, I've been using the item printer in the background for a little while. That's actually hilarious. Oh, and you
Item
can
printer,
make
that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called the item printer. You can make improvements to it as well.
By the way, speaking of Drayden's fight in particular, all of them have challenges you have to do, like gyms normally would do.
Yeah.
And they vary in how interesting they are. Let's see. Carrot. Did Carrot want to talk about the pointy?
The pointy. Perhaps click and drag. Carrot!
Hi.
Talk about the pointy!
The pointy?
The pointy.
Yeah, the pointy where she points.
Oh my god, you're at that point. It's the best part in the game, honestly. She wiggle her fingers, and it's, like, very important to the lore, okay?
It's important
It's
to the lore.
very important to the lore.
You mean when she asks you some quizzes and points at the Pokemon?
It's very important.
I guess she does that too. Most importantly,
Oh,
she
God.
wiggle waggle.
Hold on, I forgot I hadn't adjusted your volume. Okay, there we go.
She does an X with her hands. That's like her.
That's
Main
also
thing.
true. She says beep beep.
She does that a lot of times.
I may not know her name. but that's
Lacey.
okay.
Her name is
That
Lacey.
one.
Lacey
Yeah,
the
her name is
besto.
Lacey.
However, yes, Dosha did show me the video of her wiggle waggle, and it's great. I'm assuming it's on screen right now. I can't look.
It's not on the screen right now, but I'm gonna add it in post.
Okay,
Oh my
good.
god.
So
Okay.
for everyone looking, see how adorable this creature is? This being, this absolute thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with her.
Anyway, that's the only
and
thing good about the
cardigan.
DLC. Anyway,
Bye.
Was that all you're here for?
Yep, that's it.
he dragged me.
Okay.
Woo.
Bye bye. Fair enough.
Anyway. Carrot, everybody, he is alive.
That's true. So that wasn't the challenge that I really liked the most. So of the 4 challenges, I like Drayton's the most.
100%,
That
I
was so
agree.
cool. That was
Yeah,
super
it was
cool.
interesting.
I agree. It
Having
is
to
neat.
create a team of wild Pokemon in order to battle the trainers, and then attempt to fight him with that team, and then lose immediately, and then
Yep.
okay, normal team.
Yeah,
Normal
no,
team.
it's not working. Jesus Christ. I actually had 2 members of my team that were from the terrarium already, so I went and caught, I think it was a Lapras and something else.
I couldn't remember if he said terrarium or biome, so I just caught Pokemon in the ice area. So I had an ice team. What was it? It was like Obama Snow, and I didn't catch the Lapras because I KO'd it earlier and before I knew about this, so I didn't have the Lapras. But I had Obama Snow, and I had what else was it? I had a bunch of ice Pokemon. I had a Dugong. I don't remember everything I had.
I think I also had a Dugong, I
ice
don't
Pokemon.
remember. I know I had a Lapras, a Dugong, a Duraludon, and I don't remember what my 4th one was. But yeah, no, I didn't even bother trying to take that team into the fight because I was already on the page of like, okay, I managed to beat everybody, that's fine. However, there ain't no way that I'm going to be able to beat your team, whatever the fuck it is, Mr. Dragon Trainer, with this Lapras and Dugong, so let's just change it up. And then I proceeded to change it up 6 more times because his team is absurd for some reason. Like, I need to remark about this. I had 3 level 100 Pokemon. I still couldn't beat him without multiple tries. It's fucking ridiculous how strong his team is.
Indeed.
And I love it. I wish they would do this more. I like challenge. I don't mind getting steamrolled by an enemy if it means I can come back and fight them again later. But, like, man, it is hilarious to me that it took that many tries. Oh my god. Speaking of enemies that have a lot of tries, so finally back to Kirin. Man, his whole thing is really, like, his whole team is kind of, well, with the exception of one Pokemon, actually really fucking strong. Like, this is a good champion fight. I think he beat everybody at least once, like we said before, and his whole thing just makes sense. He single-mindedly went out to fucking destroy you, and he made a team specifically to do it.
And the only reason why he lost is because we have the power of not giving a shit about continuity and just being like, oh, we lost, alright, do-over.
Man, yeah. So, Gita.
That's part of it, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely like a do-over for Gita's fight, basically. Or, I mean, like a redemption for Gita's fight.
Yeah,
100%.
You think that one sucked? Oh yeah, we'll try this one.
It's so good. Yeah.
Look, I guarantee
A double
people
battle
will
against a
remember
relatively little
Kieran and Kieran's team more than they'll remember Gita in time.
100%.
No, I'm gonna remember Gita more because she had a fucking go-goat.
She had a go-goat in her teams. Ironically, I wonder if people will remember that Gita sucked more than Kieran's team is really fucking good.
God, she was so bad. It's hard to
horrible.
not remember that. Like, Diantha at least had a theme. Diantha at least had, you know, a Pokemon that could sweep
Yep.
pretty hard at the end.
That Mega Gardevoir.
Diantha may not have had the strongest Pokemon, but they were very clearly mostly rare and
Good.
rare and interesting Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And on theme. Gita didn't have any of that. They were not
Yeah.
rare. They were not on theme.
And the
they were
one
just
Pokemon she should have had in slot 1 was considered her ace, so she sent it out last.
It's so
I would-
stupid. Like, what
I
the
would be
fuck?
okay with that if the rest of the team was good and if maybe it turned into a type that, made it more formidable as a defensive.
I don't think
whatever.
there's any excuse.
Literally, she had a King
I think
Gambit,
there's
and it
excuses.
was one of the first ones she sent out.
Like, her team, people actually ran this after the fight.
Especially if it could learn Whirlwind or something. That would be you could justify it being last if it did something
Whirlwind, Roar, Dragon Tail, literally any of those moves.
Yeah, like, it's just kind of redonkulous that she just sucked. There's no excuse for it. She's like legitimately just bad in like so
Last
many
Pokemon.
ways.
So it doesn't have any of those moves, but imagine they gave her a red card.
Honestly, that would be the GOAT move.
Yeah, definitely. Man, in like 20 years when we get the redux of Scarlet Violet, do you reckon they'll adjust Gita's team?
No, they'll remove Gita and replace Gita with Kieran.
No, I think they generally want to present the fights as is for the most part, but I don't know. Look, we need to figure out what her Masters is gonna look like. That's the important thing.
This is
What's
fair.
she gonna look like in Masters?
This is fair. This is indeed fair.
Look, if she has that fucking Go-Go in Masters, it's over.
Gita and
Oh my
Go-Go.
God.
Gita and Go-Go. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like overall, the entirety of the Elite Four here, solid. Kieran's in fight, solid. Area, solid. Great even. Like the whole of the second DLC so far has just been great. And then they really take it over the edge with like a we must go deeper. Like really cool little like exploration thing. Because it turns out your teacher, Miss Breyer, I believe is her name, really wants to study Area Zero, and she is absolutely obsessed with a Pokemon.
The Blueberry Academy teacher specifically, yeah.
Yeah. She is obsessed with a Pokemon called Terapagos, and also just going into Area Zero. And she has finally gotten permission. So, who better to ask than the person who has already been there once before, the now former champion of Blueberry Academy and other strong trainers? So, yeah, you get to go down into the depths once more.
But before that, you get chewed out by Rika.
Yes, it is a great part. Here, actually, hold on. Give me a moment. I have that in here. Yeah, actually, hold up. Let me just get to the scene. There we go. I actually have this at the end here. But yeah, so we all finally get to join in the classroom and do all of that fun stuff. But basically, we're going to the deepest point in Area Zero, which, man, this kind of story always, like, really tickles my fancy. Like, I love stories that are just like, we just have to continue going down to get to where we need to go. Like Subnautica or Made in Abyss, that kind of thing. Where it's like just exploring this deep alien world. So I'm really happy to see that with Pokemon, because I really do love Area Zero. And just getting more Area Zero is super cool. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice.
I take it you didn't like it as much as I did.
No. I found actually the third part of the whole DLC process lackluster, and as a whole, it has lowered my opinion of the entire game of Scarlet and Violet.
Wow, wait, really?
Yeah, terrible ending.
Why?
I wasn't the
They
biggest
didn't answer
fan
any of
of
the
that
questions
second
that they
half.
posed.
Well, you found the hidden treasure of Area Zero. You found Terapagos.
Oh, good. Yeah, Terapagos. And what about it? We don't
Okay.
know anything about Terapagos, hardly.
Besides the fact
don't
that it's
explain-
full of terrestrial energy.
Yeah, we understand terrestrial energy, but like, what's its thing? You go to a point later, so you get the idea that, you know, the popular theory is that it had some kind of wish granting power, but apparently it's more of like a time thing. Fine, but that they never even bother explaining why those Pokemon were showing up during Heath's time. It doesn't make any sense. They didn't give any explanation that would make sense for that.
Yeah, we don't learn much about Terapagos besides the fact that it is the
It's not special,
originator
it's
of
just like-
terrestrial energy.
We go down there, we're like, ooh, it's Terapagos. You gotta catch it. And then
Well,
it
no,
gets
hold
caught.
on. You're forgetting
then-
the most important part.
we do a
Kirian
little bit
still
of a fight.
goes, "This is my Pokemon. Why can't I
Well-
have it?"
He throws a
No.
Master Ball at
I'm-
it.
I am deliberately skipping that part because we're going to talk about it in a minute.
Oh.
So what? You go up, there's a Terapagos, you catch it, or it gets caught, and then
And
you
a
battle
Master
it,
Ball.
and then you battle it in its super mode, and then it gets caught again, and then now you have one, and that's it. That's the whole thing.
I mean,
on,
if
that's
you
so-
It's
Lame.
more cinematic than
did you
that.
read its Pokedex entries?
No.
It doesn't really matter.
No, it does, because that explains what Terapagos is. You actually get the good Pokedex
Time
entry.
turtle.
Okay, so in Violet, Terapagos' Pokedex entry is, it's thought that this Pokemon lived in ancient Paldea until it got caught in seismic shifts and went extinct. However, in Scarlet, it says, Terapagos protects itself using its power to transform energy into hard crystals. This Pokemon is the source of the terrestrial phenomena.
Well, we already knew that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that was a foregone conclusion. If that's the most interesting thing they have to say about Terapagos, then no wonder I thought it was, like, exceedingly low on. I mean, like, my expectations were not super high, and they didn't even meet them, so,
What is it?
like, I cannot.
And then its final one is, in this form, Terapagos resembles the world as the ancients saw it, and its terrestrial energy is abnormally amplified.
Uh-huh.
So
is it
Scarlet
supposed
just
to
gets
be
all
like
of the good ones.
Is it supposed to be like the World Turtle?
Basically, yes.
I
That
mean,
is what
maybe
people
that's what they're
think.
going for with the design, but, like,
So,
we don't really get anything. I've got to wait until they make an animated movie to learn anything about it.
We already
Well,
have the
Terapagos'
World
whole
Turtle
thing is
Pokemon
just
in
like,
Torterra.
we knew that Terapagos was the source of the terrestrial phenomena. It converts energy into crystals. That's your answer. Going down to
Okay.
find it is the
What
adventure.
do crystals have to do with time travel?
Time crystals.
Time crystals, but that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. That's an actual
But then-
theory.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that was literally a theory before the game of Scarlet and Violet came out.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense that there's time travel involved. What I'm saying doesn't make sense is why the Pokemon listed in the Scarlet book or the Violet book are the Pokemon that the professor claimed were put there because of a time machine. That doesn't add up, and they never explain it.
I think it
Yeah,
suggested
especially
that.
considering that Time Machine wasn't even powered by Terapagos.
No, it suggested that it was.
It was built
Yeah.
around terrestrial energy.
So the whole thing about finding Terapagos is it's in the very bottom of the cave system, and it's stuck to, like, the root of the crystals, which you can infer that all of the crystals that have been growing around are basically just part of Terapagos that has grown from its location, like, from millennia ago. So it's just continually grew terrestrial crystals that have sprouted out from everywhere from that root where you found it. So it's the Pokemon that's responsible for the terrestrial phenomena because it's literally created all the crystals in Paldea.
Mhm.
Like, it is the last of its kind has done that. So I don't think that's bad storytelling. I think that's mostly
I
fine.
didn't say it was bad storytelling. I said it didn't meet my expectations.
I mean,
And
if you
it did not answer the questions it posed in Scarlet and Violet, and it didn't meet my expectations. That's what I said. And I mean, you can say all this other stuff about Galapagos that you want, but it doesn't change those facts.
okay, but I want to hug the turtle. Can I hug the turtle? I think it looks
That's
really
fine.
cool.
You can like the turtle.
I think
don't really like the turtle
Terravagos
that
is
much.
really fucking neat looking. I love
I think
its
it's
like
kinda
middle
ugly.
form. I find the fact that like all of the stellar phenomena have like a mean looking turtle in the middle of it is a little bit silly though. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about stellar type yet either.
It looks better in the anime, to be honest, than it does in the game.
I would believe that. But yeah, no, I actually really liked the We Can Go Deeper story. That is a good point that they didn't really
Story's
explain
fine.
how it can like grant wishes or whatever. That is a good point. I didn't really think about it. That is one hell of a plot hole. So good point on that. But yeah, otherwise I think it was pretty neat. But like stellar types are kind of weird. I think it's probably the safest way they could do it, and it makes the most sense because you can't really just make all Pokemon all types.
So what it does is it makes all of your attacks super effective, but the difference between that and other types of terrestrialization is that you don't have.
You retain your type.
Yeah, you retain your type defensively, so people can still hit you for whatever.
Yeah. So it's like I don't think that it's like better than regular terrestrialization in any way because terrestrialization is predominantly a defensive strategy because you like switch it around to like make a Pokemon that would normally be weak to something not weak to that thing. So I feel like it's fine. It's neat. I find it rather novel, but I don't think it's broken. Like a lot of people assumed that when we eventually got to a point where something was all types, that it would just be completely broken. I don't think that's the case here. I think it's fair. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's perfectly fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the main thing that was good about this part is generally the closure with Kieran,
Yeah.
because he's still mad that he lost. He was expecting to win real hard. He worked as hard as he could, and he still lost anyway. So he was in a bit of a shock for a while.
Yep.
Then why are we watching the sandwich again?
Oh, the video just restarted.
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
It looped. But yeah. So Kieran finally like kind of wakes up and smells the roses as a cave is collapsing around you and finally rejoins you in a fight. So, nothing will make you forgive old friends like a near-death experience. I guess is the message. I mean, I joke around with it, but it's actually a pretty good presentation of like finally waking up to the seriousness of a situation and overcoming your own hangups just because otherwise what the hell are you going to do? And then he actually grows big as a character at the end of it because he's like, "Can we just start over, please? Would you still be my friend?" It's just really sweet.
It only took them like 10 years to finally learn how to write a story about a character that loses a bunch.
Yeah,
When they
exactly.
their character.
Jesus fucking Christ, this was great. Oh my god, he actually has character development. It's so
He
fucking
actually
crazy.
is a character.
Like this whole thing really revolves around that for me because I'm like, please do this more. Like Lily was good. Kieran was also pretty dang good. Now just imagine if they do a core Pokemon game that has an overarching story that has like Kieran's level like of development and Lily's level of like likability and actual like really good setup. Like it's real. It would be so nice if they learned from this and grew from it because man, it was
I doubt it.
refreshing to see a character actually be a character.
I mean, to be
Mhm.
fair, with someone like Hearing, he actually had to kind of carry the DLC as being a character, as you followed him and his sister through both
Yeah.
as like some of the main characters. Unlike with some of the other games where if this one doesn't pan out, oh look, there's gym leaders after other important characters that people could like.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing really wrong with the way that Pokemon presents its characters usually, but it's just like it's like presenting something that's aesthetically pleasing but lacks flavor. So,
Oh
like, you
yeah.
can do
Also,
that, but
Dosha.
Uh,
Did you actually fly up to the top of the terrarium?
oh no, I didn't think about that.
you should do
I
that.
just never even tried.
You should
You should
definitely do
do
that.
that.
Huh.
Like, it's
Okay,
pretty
yeah, I'll
cool.
do that later.
Oh, yeah, and did you ever go to the top of the mountain with Terapagos?
I did.
Where's that footage?
Huh? I did it a couple days ago. I think I recorded it, but I didn't send it in.
It's alright. But no,
So,
yeah. I thought that was
yeah.
wicked fucking cool. Like,
It was
that's a
alright.
really good one.
The fact that we actually got to
Frustrating
talk to
though.
the real professor instead of the machine.
We talked to the
Ye-
professor before she was even really like basically probably freshly graduated from whatever her PhD course is, and then we were like, yeah, here, take this book from the future.
It's
so
such a good
this
idea.
introduces
What a-
an interesting paradox because what if the whole reason she was able to do this whole thing on terrestrial energy and the paradox Pokemon was because we gave her the book?
Meaning that you're responsible for Arvin's parents' death and literally everything else that has fallen on Paldea.
Yes. And it's also the paradox of what came first, the chicken or the egg.
It's really
It's a paradox, right? It's a
Yeah.
bootstrap paradox, if I remember right.
Yeah, more or less. But
Yeah.
it is just hilarious. It's really cool though. I love the way they present it. It's so matter of fact. I didn't look up how the Scarlet protagonist handles it, but it's hilarious seeing like Chad Turo just show the fuck up and be like, "You there? Where am I?"
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
it's more or less the same thing, just maybe slightly different uh, wording choices.
Yeah, but still, it's just pretty neat. I liked that quite a bit. Very neat touch. But yeah, I think that's about it for the DLC.
Oh, wait, did we? I forgot. Did we actually talk about the stellar type?
Yeah, we did. Did you have something you wanted to say about it?
I say I think it's a neat idea, and for Tarapago specifically, its effects are infinite instead
Yeah.
of single use. For specifically, the what's the name of that move? The normal type move that changes with Terra type. Terra
Stellar.
Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrabagos' Terra Blast is what just is always super effective and the buff never runs out.
Yup.
Or it's always super effective against other terrestrialized Pokemon.
I mean, it's really neat. Like, I think Terapagos as a design is super cool. But, you know.
I mean, to be fair, I guess it fits with what everyone was basically thinking since Scarlet and Violet before it came out. And that even when the base game came out, they're like, oh, there's going to be this super secret Mon that is behind the whole thing. And lo and behold, it's a cute little turtle instead of the scary monster they thought it was going to be. Woo!
Yay.
Because it had menacing eyes.
Does
And
it?
like in the animations of it and what we found within like the trailers or whatnot before Scarlet and Violet came out, yeah, it had like menacing kind of like eyes.
I don't know if I could agree with that one.
Well, I mean, Terapagos itself does not, but like what people were finding as evidence of that there's this other Pokemon that we don't know about specifically behind Terastal was the fact that it had menacing eyes, so they thought it was going to be like some big buff legendary kind of thing.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess they were kind of right.
Yeah. And the fact that they connected the turtle, because that was also in base game.
Yep. Oh, well, we do have one more thing to talk about, don't we?
Yeah, so then after you do the turtle stuff, there you go back to back
Kitakami.
home, and Arvin's like, "Hey, let's hang out." And so you do that, and everyone else shows up, and they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to a foreign country with me?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's all go together."
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
We forgot about the epilogue.
I was trying to lead into it subtly. Oh
Sorry.
man, no, it's okay. But man,
Yeah,
how do y'all
one was-
like? How do y'all like chicken?
chicken.
I love chicken. It's delicious. I just had some yesterday. I
I
ate way
prefer-
too much. I made like 4 pounds.
I do kind of prefer chicken over beef,
Okay,
but it's kind of like a toss-up.
do you like Night of the Living Dead?
Never seen it.
Okay,
Nope,
that's a
never seen
shame.
it.
That's an absolute shame. How would you like it if it was Night of the Living Dead, but everyone just did the chicken dance?
Well, they do
Wait, why did you
mochi
bring up
dance.
chicken?
It's called the chicken dance. Mochi.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, this was the silliest bullshit. I loved every minute of it. It's so stupid.
It is.
Oh my god.
I basically skipped the story on it too. I was just like,
Oh.
all right, let's get through this.
It's so absurdly silly, and it was such a good time. It was really fun. I'm so glad they put this into the game.
I mean, it
Really
was
fun.
funny just to see random characters do the chicken dance, but god damn, is it stupid.
It's
secret
really
toxic
silly.
chain character. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like,
Pokemon too.
good lord, I really need to talk about Pekaron.
The secret fourth hero.
Pekaron is so, like...
Pecharunt.
Pecharunt, sorry, I always call it Pekaron because
Well,
Pekaberry.
actually, real quick, why is it called Pecharunt when it makes mochi discs things?
Funny that you should ask that. I know the answer to this. Because
actually,
I realized what the hell it was, and I looked into it to confirm my suspicions. So, Pekarunt, the main, like, force behind the whole Mochi Madness DLC, is Momotaro, the Peach Boy from Japanese folklore. And the Loyal Three are the Peach Boy's retainers. He is literally a bastardized, corrupted version of Momotaro. And I was just sitting here like, oh my god, that's cool.
wait, does that
Evil
technically
Momotaro.
mean
Evil Momotaro.
that the Loyal Three were actually just evil because of Pecharunt?
Okay, so...
No.
But kind of. Jeez, it's weird. They actually released a video on the Pokemon like official channel where they explain Pekarunt's story. So basically, Pekarunt is a creature that can create poisonous mochi that is incredibly addictive to anyone who eats it. And it also just allows Pekarunt to mind control them. Straight up. Like, that's its special ability. So, the whole DLC is basically just this one little bastard running around causing chaos, turning everyone into chicken dancing mochi zombies. And it's so silly. He fires mochi like a fucking machine gun.
Mochi bagel.
He fires it into people's mouths to control them.
Yeah, he
It's so
creates it within
fucking
his own
funny.
body too.
Yeah, it's an all natural mochi.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
what's
my
its
god, it's
ability
so
again?
silly.
Wasn't it like toxic something
I'm
also?
glad you asked because my god, I think it has one of the coolest abilities of any Pokemon I've ever seen. Its ability basically says whenever you poison an opponent, you also confuse them.
Yep. So instead of parafuse, it's parapoison or it's fusion poison.
It's so good. It's really fun to use as well. I caught Pekarunt at the end and I used it as my
Poison.
slot. It's so fun to use it.
It's also surprisingly bulky.
Yeah, it's a very good
Poison.
Pokemon. But
Confoison!
Confoison.
Confoison!
Confoison.
Confoison!
But yeah, no, like, goddamn, the whole Mochi Madness, like, bonus epilogue is just a fucking riot. I loved it.
It was fun.
Really a bonus. That's all. It is a
It was a
bonus, and
bonus.
it's definitely shows that as it's not a serious story with no serious conclusion.
I hope they do more shit like this in the future. Like, when the next Pokemon game comes out and they're just
No,
doing DLC for it, I hope they have
need
an
to
epilogue for
do
that
stuff
too.
like this for the non like box art legendaries. Like if they had an epilogue like this for like with the Raikou Suicune Entei, with like this reminds me of like those old school events where you do things to get the Pokemon instead of just getting it. Like with Darkrai, you're able to go into this motel that teleports you to the island, or just like some of those things.
But, like, it's just so cute. Like, it's very much like it's weird how non-threatening it is. It's just pure silliness. But it also is a tad bit creepy. Like it is the most friendly kind of creepy that I can think of. It really is just like a oh god, what is it? Like a it's a zombie movie. It's genuinely just a fucking really like friendly zombie
It's
movie.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, it's just it's really hilarious. I love it a lot. But I suppose I could say I love it like 4 or 5 more times, but I guess that's not really descriptive now, is it? But no, yeah, I overall would give that like solid A plus. I thought it was cute as hell.
I would definitely say it's a better story than base Scarlet Violet, maybe.
Yeah, this is the zombie story where a peach
I don't know
uses
about that.
poison mochi
No, I meant the
to
DLCs
to
as a
do that.
whole.
Oh, 100% inarguable, yeah. I genuinely don't think that you could make a strong argument for base Scarlet Violet against the DLC.
What, you mean story-wise? No, I
Yeah.
think it's pretty good, actually. I thought that the base game for Scarlet and Violet was not bad.
Hey, it's not bad. Like it's definitely better than some of the others. But I think what's gonna hold up more is the Scarlet
Everything
Violet
else
DLC.
feels like a side story other than the stuff involving Kieran.
Well, that's the main story, though.
Well, yeah, the main story stuff other than the stuff involving Kieran all feels like side story stuff.
I mean, I guess, but
I mean, honestly, the
eh,
Terapagos just. Yeah, I agree. I think the Terapagos stuff just feels like a side story.
maybe I'm just
Tropicos,
having
yeah.
maybe I'm having just a little bit of recency bias. But like in terms of judging like a story, I feel like Scarlet and Violet's DLC is stronger than its core. However, if we're
I mean,
talking about
to be
like
fair, you are the person that took the major in writing in college, so.
I didn't take a major in writing. I just took a lot of writing classes.
Uh, wait, I thought you majored or minored in
No, no,
writing
no.
or storytelling.
Nope.
No.
Oh.
But
Regardless, you're the one that went to school for it.
fair enough. I mean like in terms of just
I
character,
have more practical experience though.
in terms of Okay. In terms of characters, the DLC wins out wholesale. Like, the characters in the DLC are way stronger in terms of, like, development and writing. But there's really nothing wrong with the characters in the core game. Like, Arven's story is good. Nemota's one note, but it's a really good hit on that one note. And Penny's story, well, kind of predictable, ultimately is a pretty good story in and of itself. And then exploring Area Zero together is my favorite part of the whole game, hands down. So, like, there's a lot of really good moments, but overall it's kind of like splintered and separated, and it only conjoins together at the end with the whole exploration of Area Zero, which is really more of like your story and Arven's story more than Penny and Nemota. Penny and Nemota are basically there for support. Arven is looking for his father and or mother, and you are there to figure out what is going on. So like that whole bit is pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. I think I like the whole story of Scarlet and Violet the most out of the whole group when we went through it last time, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
But overall, I think that the DLC is probably better in terms of, like, at the very least character writing, if not story as well.
Well, I think the character writing in Scarlet and Violet's really, really good, actually. I think that's the main thing that makes it better than most other Pokemon games. But the, I mean, like, the DLC is good too. I don't know that I would say that one's better than the other, though.
Mm. I would say, like, in terms of the writing, if I was giving it a letter grade, I would give the DLC, just for, like, raw writing and character and all that, I would give it an A, and I would give Scarlet and Violet a B plus, probably. So, like, very menial by definition, but, like, the DLC is one conjoined story that evolves between the two of them, whereas the first one is, like, splintered between several different things, and while all of those individually are fine, I feel like that does detract a little bit from it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little persnickety on it, but that's just my feeling.
Mm.
Mm.
Perhaps so.
But anyway.
However, I can't be wrong. All right, so that's the game.
What's okay? Well,
Oh, man.
so yes, that's the game.
It is indeed.
Yep,
Honestly,
time to do some final thoughts, I suppose.
honestly, I'm very happy with this. This has been,
Like,
it was
I
fun.
think it's worth the money paying for it.
Yeah. I would say that it is definitely, like, just enjoyable. It was just fun. The only thing that was really slightly annoying was just doing BBQs by yourself, but other than that, I think I had fun with most every other thing in the game.
There are things that I kind of feel should have been in the base game that was in the DLC, and I think I've more or less stated on how I don't feel like it's a satisfying conclusion to the story of Scarlet and Violet base game. But overall, I enjoyed the DLC quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think that the Elite Four, in of itself, should have been more of its own story.
Although I don't like it when I step in a puddle in the terrarium and then suddenly everything is 2 frames a second.
That is fair.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
Again, okay.
Wait, y'all had troubles with that?
Actually, I will point this
In the
out.
savannah area, there are water puddles, and if you walk around in them a bunch, you just start having serious
Yeah.
serious chugging.
I
So
don't remember having that kind of issue.
I actually
Yeah,
had
you
a
should step
much
around them.
more. I had a much more frequent issue of, like, environmental flickering. Like, a large portion of the environment would flicker out of existence for a fraction of a second, or like a frame while loading.
Yeah. I mean that happens, but I don't know. I can usually ignore that. That's
Yeah, like, again, this is honestly, I think that the DLC operates better than the core game did. I think that maybe again, I'm
Well,
not
no, I
judging
mean, it
that,
wasn't
but, like,
I don't
that much.
I
The
don't
only
remember the base
issue
game
with
well
the
enough to
core
say.
game was, I think, just the fact that the big map wasn't optimized enough. That was the only issue, because it did get slow for a lot of people for just being in the overworld. But for the most part, I think the base game was made decent enough, because there was only like, I think, one or two spots where people could just glitch out of the map.
I think, well, the fucking mechanical issues of the game are kind of inexcusable. Like, that should not have been shipped like that, like, full stop. But the DLC I had significantly less glitches and bugs with than I did with the core game. So, at the very least, that was better.
I mean, like, I didn't even notice any, so...
Fair enough. Well, then that means they definitely improved it. But yeah, no, it's, I don't want to say it's a shame, because the game itself was actually fun. Like, I enjoyed both the DLC and the core game, but yeah, no, the mechanical, like, errors of the game are numerous, and I really wish they had fixed them before they shipped the game. Then again, they might not have even been able to, because a lot of people believe it's a problem with, like, the base of the game, like the engine that they were using or something, or the way they set it up. But whatever it is, regardless, it was still fun, and that's the most important thing.
As far as technical presentation go, I don't have anything different to say about the way that this game was compared to base Scarlet and Violet, so it's about the same.
Yeah, boy. Well, alright. Any other final thoughts, or are we going to move on to the battles?
Yeah, let's battle.
Sleepy boy.
Is very carefully built, very carefully built in order to deal with people in doubles.
Oh, wait, are we doing doubles?
No, we're doing singles. That's the problem.
Ah, I see.
Because I don't know the names of some of these new Pokemon, I'm going to make them up on the spot.
I love that four of mine don't have a full animation. It's just there.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Also, y'all each share 2 team members.
Yeah.
Alright, we've got some fun gameplay going on now. We have a scary bear on both teams.
I'm gonna be real, I don't know what to send out right now.
There's also tea.
Yeah, you both have some tea.
Look,
Spill
y'all
the
should
tea.
just send out the correct Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
I really hope that I am not going to regret this.
You absolutely will if you have to ask that question.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Answer is heads.
The answer is false.
Alright, Carrot calls heads. It is tails, okay. Option 2 is selected. Locked in!
We've got some tea versus
Dang
a
it.
tall tower.
That is indeed the one I was hoping not to, but honestly, wait, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this.
Maybe indeed.
Tall tower starts out with a Dragon Pulse, 54% down. Scald, it's resisted but a crit, 37% down, and a burn popping that balloon. Mizuba healing up them
baby.
lefties.
Okay.
Dragon Pulse crit,
dang.
killing Mizuba.
That
Ooh,
is
nice.
disappointing. Okay.
Sending out the Blaziken.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dragon Pulse down 69%, nice. Earthquake killing Beldevere. Speed boosted.
Oh, wait, is Speed Boost
Five.
Blaziken no longer banned?
This is anything goes, baby.
Oh,
Rock
yeah,
Arcanine,
that's right.
go.
What? Oh,
Indeed.
you have extreme speed.
I have sturdy. Wait,
You
yeah,
little
okay,
bastard.
sure. I have extreme speed.
You little bastard. I mean,
Fast Doggo is faster than Chicken, let's find out.
it's extreme speed. So the
I'm
question
pretty sure I
is,
outspeed Blaziken, actually.
I'm stacked, so I might. God, what do I do here?
Well, I mean, if you have E speed, I don't think it matters because it has +2 priority.
But I mean, it could be sturdy, you know.
Okay, who do I switch into?
What's the matter, trainer?
Fuck you. I mean,
Earthquake killing Hibiki.
okay, you don't have extreme speed. Why?
I did, but then you said you were gonna switch, and so I changed what I was gonna do.
Huzzah! The I didn't think the mind game would work.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't think the mind game would work.
I thought you were
That's-
being absent-minded, but you were serious. So
I was indeed.
A cup of tea named Arizona. Is it 99 cents?
Oh God.
wait, no. I do actually have to do damage, don't I?
Brave bird killing a teacup.
Worth.
And buck. 3 to 4.
Okay, so this could only go wrong in 2 possible ways.
He sends out that pink
Wow,
thing.
it's one of those ways.
It's that pink thing versus that pink thing.
Woo!
Yep, it's the fight of the pink things.
Terra poison. Side
Oh
shot super
my
effective
God.
crit. Toxic immune.
That Terra type scares me. I can't believe you actually did that.
Hard countered the toxic read.
That is absolutely
Did you?
mental. Holy crap.
Why?
Sends out the I almost said dog dragon. The bear.
Ursaluna Blood Moon.
Oh my God.
It is now poison. It is now bear v bear.
Boom.
Earth power minus
Oh my God, that
54%.
did way more than I thought it would. I'm gonna be real.
That also did more than I thought it would.
Wait, is bear a special user?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blood moon.
Wah.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
I'm gonna have to DT blood moon. Hold on.
What the fuck he says? Amazing.
Whoa.
Blood moon.
Oh wait,
Turns
shit!
out-
Did I click the wrong thing? I might have clicked the wrong thing. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Okay, good.
I see. You're just hoping.
And he kills the pink thing. 3 to 2.
Okay.
Sends out
That's
that
a
tall
bold
thing from
choice.
Aloy's game.
Well, it's gonna be faster, almost for sure.
Dragon Pulse killing the Ursaluna. 2 to 2. We've got a poison type pink thing versus a tall thing from Aloy game. What the fuck is photosynthesis?
It ups its special attack when in harsh sunlight, or if he has a booster energy.
Thunder clap, dazzling gleam. 48
Wow, that's all it
to
did?
64.
Boy, howdy. Invest in that.
And Mew goes down 1 to 2.
All right, here we go. I hope this works.
And the fish killed the tall thing. No, it cannot.
Ah, yeah. Damn, it was one hit.
Fun
Right,
fact.
that's it.
Thunderclap's a priority move.
Yeah, it's Sucker Punch, but electric type.
I noticed it was
Wow.
failing a lot when I battled it, so I figured it was something like that. But
Ooh, baby.
I wasn't worried about it being a priority
That
move.
Mew
I
Terra
was
type.
hoping that I would survive.
That Mew
That's
Terra
like a
type
hard
absolutely got me.
If I didn't
What
misplay
in
with
the hell?
Hibiki,
What
if
in
I
the
didn't misplay with
hell,
Hibiki,
man?
I probably would have won.
What in
Or I
the
had a
hell?
pretty high chance of winning anyway.
That poison Terra tab. Spooky.
Well, that was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
That's a spooky
Good game. Okay, who wants to go next?
As the commentator, it is now Arc v Curry.
I don't think either of the people who
Oh.
just went should go. I think we should let. Oh, well, that's fine.
Well, actually, no way. It's feasibly impossible for one of us to not
That's-
go again.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Who is the Arc fighting?
Screw it. It'll be me. So then I don't have to worry about doing something on a second screen while recording.
All right, send me the invite.
And then
Oh,
send me
Arc.
the link.
Challenge. To anything goes. Challenge, bitch. Get the fuck in here. Why is it back? No. You absolute dickweed. You are not doing this again. Oh, no.
He has posted the link, and we have.
It's back.
Alright, so,
Dancing duck, I
has
had to.
Curry
Oh, no.
learned his lesson from last time? Let's
Some of them are
find out,
animated.
folks.
This is actually a really neat team, and I don't know if I have a really good start for any of it.
Why is Entei wearing a banana hat?
Because he loves his potassium.
Because he's
I really like
mired.
Entei
Looks
Paradox.
like he's working at Carnival, so I'm gonna say he's a Carnival worker now. Carnival versus T.
You didn't nickname your gouging fire?
He danced. He is
It
dancing.
Look at all that
burn.
damage!
It didn't burn.
Were you expecting it to?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think you can burn a fire type.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you're right. I'm an idiot.
The dummy.
Punt.
Raging Fury.
Oh yeah, you can't hear me
effective
clapping. Clap,
73%.
clap, 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 clap. Well done.
Dosha, you cannot the Entei.
I don't
We're
want
not
to
starting
the
this
Entei.
again.
But you just said plap, 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 plap.
I said clap,
Oh,
clap,
no.
clap, clap, clap. I was congratulating them on a amazing move.
Raging Fury. He is now confused and dead. It is now 5-5 with Phil sitting
Okay.
down on 38%.
That's okay. That is okay.
Who
Bear.
is Phil 7 anyway?
I will take that trade, honestly. That feels okay. Yeah, you asked. I will have to put him in now. Hold on. So at 13, put in Phil.
Oh yeah, I
7.
just realized we never had this segment where we talked about our teams and times.
Oh, it's all right.
Wow,
Yeah,
do
that's-
I have to be involved in every... Okay, anyway.
Okay. Well.
Bluto. Aqua Step, killing Phil 7. I don't think Curry has learned his lesson from last time, but let's find out, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Out comes the tall thing from Aloy game.
It's
Actually,
my boy.
this
It's
will
a
probably
tall
do it.
neck. My boy.
Did you
I mean,
ever
this thing
release
pretty
that
much
short?
counts as
Yeah, I
horrible,
thought
so the
so,
only
but-
thing to do, yeah.
I thought just to be safe. Just to be safe.
However, that makes him vulnerable to setups.
No, it doesn't.
Hydrapple get downed.
Oh, right, because dragon. Yeah, fair enough.
It is now Kirito, 4v4.
Damn, actually, yeah, let's go for it.
Going for the SD against
Boom.
the... Oh, two setups.
Boom, baby, boom. Are you gonna get greedy?
Sucker punch.
Can you get greedy with me, friend?
Sucker punch.
He got greedy.
He got greedy.
Damn, I thought you were gonna go for the thunderclap.
He got greedy.
What the
3 to
hell
4.
kind of set is this?
Raikou
One
versus
actual
Tall Neck
Raikou.
Hi, buddy.
What?
This is
Why?
This is the silliest thing. That.
Earth Spirit down
okay.
by 33. Dragon Pulse down by 71.
I mean. Okay. Wait, actually, this is a very good question. Is electric is not immune to electric, right?
It's immune to
resistant.
paralysis.
I mean,
Thunderclap, finishing it off. 2 to 4.
you gonna get stabbed to death, boy. Get
By
the
the
fuck
way,
out of here.
photosynthesis is just beast boosting.
I
but
will
under the sun.
kill my demons. Get the fuck out of my way. I don't care how many times you set up, motherfucker. I will get you. My demon is slain.
And that
This isn't
is
gonna go
most
well.
likely it.
Yes,
It's gonna
you
go as
got
well
me.
for you as it did for me.
Oh, Terra Ghost. Oh
it
my
lived.
god, even
Oh,
with
it
Terra Ghost,
lived.
still did that
It
much.
lived.
Why
Oh
didn't I
my
do that?
god. Okay.
How fast is Basque Legion?
That's a really
Probably
good
not faster
question.
It's
than
not- It's not really all that fast.
No.
Well, you still got revenge, though. That's all that matters. Yeah, my
slow
tall
combat.
neck boy is the goat.
I had a win condition that if I would have just followed through on.
Now for
Bruh.
the loser brackets.
I am
Oh, yeah.
so
I'm
fucking
nuts.
happy that I got to set up electric
there's only
terrain.
one.
I am so happy. I was thinking that it was such a wasted slot. I can't believe it actually worked out. Oh, yay.
That's upsetty spaghetti.
It's alright.
Oops,
I
that
kill
link-
my demons. You don't get to do it a second time, motherfucker. Fuck you.
I mean, I wasn't going for the sweep with Bluto. I was trying to do something else, but the
Sent.
option presented itself.
I
So-
remember you. Don't think I
And
don't.
then link post.
Okay, one moment. Let me add this in.
Da, 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 da,
Frankly,
da,
this-
da, da,
All
da,
right.
da, da.
We've got interesting bout here.
I honestly don't know who I would give this to, because there's pretty good options on both teams.
Just giving a quick glance at the teams, not really considering anything else. I think I have a good bet.
You have a good bet, huh?
I think I know what's going to happen here. Man, I'm actually a little disappointed now that I think about it. I didn't get to use Sarkon at all.
Ah,
Starting out with the T versus the Bluto. Brave Bird killing Arizona. Will
Whoa.
Dosha be got?
Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby.
Hisuian Arcanine versus Bluto.
It
Extreme
did no
speed
extreme
didn't-
What?
Didn't do it.
Oh my god.
Well, I think we know what's about to happen here,
Oh,
folks.
boy. I mean, it'll kill itself by its own life orb within a couple more.
It's gonna kill it. Yeah, but still.
Well, no, I think.
all right,
it's still-
Ursaluna, save me.
Why?
Do you have any priority on the bear?
Why would you do this? Oh wait, is it?
It's the Archaludon switch.
It was a
Aqua
trick.
Step survive.
Get baited. Get jebaited.
All right, what will Bluto do with its final turn?
This is exactly my nightmare.
Terra Flying Wave Crash.
I wasn't expecting wave crash. I was expecting
I
him
was
to.
ex-
Why
I
would
was
you?
expecting you to go into Basque Legion for the fighting, trying to counter
Why would I
Ghost.
use Bastion Legion at this point? That'd be stupid.
Why did you Terra? That's my question.
Yeah.
So that I could avoid the ground type attack he was going to use.
What?
Uh,
What ground type move does
The ground.
Quavel get?
earthquake. I think.
The ground or fighting type.
I'll actually go
attack.
check what Quaquaffle gets.
I think
Like,
it
doesn't
gets
it-
earthquake or.
It's a fighting type, right?
Yeah, it's fighting.
Yeah, to avoid the fighting type attack.
You said
ground
ground.
type. Yeah, ground or fighting.
It doesn't get a ground. What?
I just checked. It actually
It
does
does-
not get a single ground type attack.
That's incredible, but it does get fighting type attacks.
Yeah, and that's why I thought you'd switch to Basque Legion for the fighting immunity.
Yeah, well, I
Well-
instead Terra type flying to get the resistance.
And it didn't matter because I still expected something, which was enough.
Anyway, it is now 5-3. We've got the bear and the
Ooh.
apple with the longer worm this time.
I am so happy to see one on the field, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm pretty
Hydra
sure
Apple.
Saloon's gonna lose this, but we gotta at least try, right?
Hydra Apple is 100%
Energy ball,
my
70%.
favorite of this entire gen.
Blood
So
moon.
good.
Laser!
Goodbye. Wow. How
Yeah,
tanky
survived.
Hydra Apple.
Hydra Apple is one of the most weirdly tanky Pokemon I've ever seen. It
I'm
lives
gonna look up
things
its base
that it
stats
shouldn't.
while Mew exists.
Like, this thing, I'm not kidding. It took a full-on Ice Beam from a level like 90-something when it was level 80, and it lived.
It has a base special defense of 80 and a base HP of 106.
Yeah. But it don't matter. It's just.
I mean, those are pretty average
really
defensive
tanky.
stats.
I think
Thank
you
you.
got greedy.
I was actually just about to click cancel right as it did the thing.
Yeah, that was a bit greed.
I don't think too much before I click the move. That's my secret.
Oh, he got the regenerator. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, fun fact. My Sinisty had heat proof because that's its hidden ability.
Oh, nice.
So you want cold tea?
It's heat proof tea, a cold iced tea.
Anyway, Raikou Volt Switch.
Oh, baby. What will he go into? I think I can guess.
Gouging Fire.
Indeed.
Psyshock down by only 30.
Gouging Fire is really, really tanky.
Yeah, I see that.
Dancing, Gleam, 23%. What will Dosha do now?
Hope for a critical.
Yeah. That could, in fact, win you the game.
I just noticed that each one of these games has ended off with the loser, or at the very least, the last Pokemon in play is always a Basculegion.
Go get him, Basculegion.
I hope Basculegion lives.
You fell into my trap card.
I suppose I did.
I mean, he can just use it again, though.
Wait, did it? Wait, why did it not burn?
It's
Why
not a
didn't it
physical
burn?
attack. It's not
It
a
is a-
contact move. I mean,
How is it not? Okay, whatever.
you can use it again if you want to test it out. Maybe
I
it was
mean-
just a glitch that time.
Sure, yeah, let's go.
Oh
Oh my
God.
god, he actually did.
He got the
you
second
can use it
one.
again if you want to make sure it's not
Yeah,
a glitch
sure.
twice.
Oh, no. Okay. Are we going to get the last respect sweep?
We have 3-1.
Can we get the last respect sweep?
Probably.
I mean, realistically, that's what Basculegion is now.
Terra Steel, Last Respect still kills.
Oh,
It's-
boy.
Neutral after all.
Is it Scarf?
No.
Oh, dear.
2-1.
So, are we going to see no balls use your Basculegion?
My Basculegion has options.
No balls.
Wait, okay, that's so weird.
I mean, actually, that's just the strictly worst move you can do here, but don't.
I think I just bit myself in the foot, but
Maybe.
Got the double
mean,
fish.
Is
Whose
one of
fish
them
is
faster? No,
His fish is faster.
His fish is faster.
Did we speed tie, or is it actually faster?
what was your speed at?
280.
Mine's at 255.
Oh, so maybe I wasn't at 280. Let me check.
It's weird because it says its
I
high
can't
speed
see it
is
afterwards.
250, but oh wait, did you have in order to hit 280, you would have had to have had
Sorry, hold
a
on.
speed boosting.
246.
Oh wow. He outsped by 4 points, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
4.
fucking
No,
crazy.
9. I outsped by 9 points.
I didn't
He
even
said
get to use the
246.
Salac berry I gave it.
God damn, that is fucked. Man, these are actually really good matches.
So yeah, if I had done the Terra Steel on that Hydrapple against you, Curly, I
Curly.
probably could have won.
My name is Curly now. Address me properly.
I am Mo, and who's the other one?
Mo, Curly, and God,
Either
actually,
way, it's Dosha's the other
Larry. Mo,
Mo,
Curly, and Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have
Dosha's
Mo Curry.
Larry.
We have Mo, Curry, Larry, Dosha.
Yeah.
I named 5 people. There's only 4 of us. I am tired. But yeah, so that is Scarlet Violet.
Are you tired? The day just started.
What do you mean? It's 9 o'clock for you.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 9
Yeah.
o'clock.
How's that the
Oh,
day
dude.
just starting?
Yeah, the day. Well, look, that's aside the point. What's important is that we did our matches. Yay!
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
They were fun,
That
right?
means there is 1 game left.
One singular match.
Well, one
Wow,
game
wow, wow.
until 2025, because they
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, we're going back to Kalos, folks."
Legends
Arceus.
E2A.
Ooh, excuse me.
Legends
Wow.
Arceus.
Legends EDA.
Final save.
Legends EA. We're going back to Kalos before we're going back to Unova.
Game fully set in Lumio City.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But before that, we are doing Legends Arceus next.
You mean Legends EDA?
Date?
After we finish Legends Arceus will be the wrap-up stream for Pokemon, and then we're moving on to something else.
Yeah, boy. I can't
Here's-
wait to play
here's
Subnautica.
Hibiki,
We're
by
gonna
the
play
way.
Subnautica, right?
I'd be down for Subnautica. We have Subnautica, Fortune Summoners, and whatever one from Gosha's list.
Just throwing everyone onto the bus because I have been edging myself on playing Below Zero for the podcast, and I really just
Quote
want to play
Curry, I've
Below
been
Zero.
edging
Tales of
myself.
Let's do Tale of Vesperia.
Okay, so how about that? Okay, how about that? We'll pick out of those three. We have Subnautica, Tales of Vesperia, Fortune Summoners. We'll do all three of them.
At the same time.
Yeah.
No.
At the
uh,
same
one after
time.
another. We'll just random roll which one of the three we start
yeah,
with.
but what about
Okay.
Inscription?
Well, if we do Subnautica,
No.
we have to do that and then Below Zero.
Inscription
so
is
that's
on my
easier.
list for them to play, but I'm not going to have them play it immediately.
But
Why
anyway,
not?
Is there
we'll
enough
figure
with
it out.
Inscription to talk about? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
against it.
there's totally enough. Yeah.
Inscription.
Like, let
is
me,
a
like,
full
I am.
story game.
Inscription is the top game on my number one game on my list for a good reason, and you will see if whenever you play it.
Oh my goodness.
We could probably talk about that game for like 5 hours, 6 hours.
No, yeah, I've seen you play it, so I'm like, nah, there's definitely enough to make a podcast out of it.
Look at
I
my
mean,
new move choices. Aren't they
We
great?
have to remember going forward, our podcasts don't necessarily have to be like 5 hours long anymore just because Pokemon games are long. They might actually become shorter. Who
No, we're
knows?
gonna have a lot longer because we have Subnautica and then
I don't know if they'll be
Tales of
longer.
Vesperia.
I think we'll do like Subnautica in like easy 2-3 hours.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be
Maybe.
that short.
But
I
anyway,
don't know. I've never played it.
Anyway, that does it.
I know that
for-
they're scary monsters and that it's underwater.
Don't go out at night. Anyway,
By the way, here's my team members that you guys didn't get to see the move sets of.
fair enough.
Do you
Oh,
like
yeah,
my
also,
Do you like my 3 move slot Arcanine?
Wait,
Yes.
really?
He has Helping Hand.
Oh my god, is that
It
why
has
you were
Heartless Soul
using
Fest.
it?
oh yeah, look at the
Well,
three
you can't
slot
actually use Helping Hand.
Sinistra
Oh my
too.
god.
And look at that 3-slot Archaludon.
Ooh,
Well, I
baby.
could actually use Dragon Cheer and I could use Life Dew, but I can't use Helping Hand because of Assault Vest.
Fair
Oh.
enough.
But yeah,
Yep.
also, did y'all notice that Raikou actually gets Scald?
Why? Wait, no, I didn't notice
Yeah.
that. Why?
That's crazy.
Wait.
Because a lot of
It-
Pokemon lost Scald when transferring
Yeah,
over to
wait,
SV.
actually, did I not use Scald on Raikou?
I don't think you did.
You did. You hit me with it, I think.
Oh man, that's actually kind of an insane gotcha. Like,
I'm pretty sure I saw it used, but
It has had Scald since Sword and Shield.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
What
it's-
did
it's
Entei
interesting.
get?
A
Did
lot of
Entei
Pokemon
get
lost.
Energy Ball?
Scald.
Let me check.
Like, God.
Just because
Fuck
we're
is
posting
Trailblaze?
this is this being my team or part of it.
I will post mine in a moment when posting will not cause my screen to go black while recording. Also, I'm leaning a little farther away from the mic than I have been, so hopefully
didn't get
it's
to
still
use
picking
it.
me up.
Yeah, fuck your Salkberry.
You.
Oh, but you did go with
what the fuck?
adaptability.
Yeah, I
Over
was about to
Split
say,
Swim.
wait, Basket Legion gets adaptability?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fucked. Whoa.
Oh, you had it as stellar type.
Yeah.
That's
See,
pretty cool.
I didn't want to put stellar type on something that just only really wants to use its one move because it
Well-
only gets the boost one time.
If I got Salic Berry off, then I would have gone into Stellar type.
I was just like, I think the only thing I adjusted was the Raging Bolt I
I'm-
got was Dragon, so I changed it to Electric because I was like, that's just strictly better.
Yeah,
There
I
aren't that many
changed my
things that
Hydra
double-
to steel.
There aren't that many things that double resist Ghost, but my Oh yeah, let me show you the other half here.
Oh god, wait, what is this picking up?
So like,
I hope that hasn't been picking that up this whole time.
Ayu learned Pain Split.
Oh god.
Ooh.
So the idea was to get down with the Salic Berry and then I use Pain Split in situations where I'm not sure if I can KO with Last Respects to heal.
I mean, if you're in the situation where you're using Bascule Legion at the end, I mean, it's all or nothing at that point.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, so I need to make sure that the Pokemon survives, not die to priority moves.
I would
Although I
think,
can't really do anything about Thunderclap, obviously.
I'm confused as to why neither of you scarfed your Basket Legion.
I banded my Bascule Legion.
Oh.
I want to do other things. Pain Split.
Like, I mean, Last Respects
I
is
could have
so
scarfed.
fucking broken. It's just like, that just seems like the goatee.
I don't really like doing things like choice items that much, so I don't usually think about it.
Fair enough.
Well, you're right. That probably would have been the choice there instead of Salic Berry.
I mean, Salic Berry's cool, though.
I mean, Scarf is, I think, probably the more
I
optimal.
thought that Bastion Legion with its 400 HP would be bulky enough, but I guess not.
So I have a fun fact.
Its defenses are 120, 65, 75. That's not terrible.
So I've been pulling up Bulbapedia things for the Pokemon you've been talking about, and I pulled up Basculegion. Note, Basculegion is the only Pokemon in the entirety of the Pokedex with all 5 vowels in its English name.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, they're right.
E-I-O-U.
Well, sometimes
no
all of the
Y.
vowels. Sometimes.
Oh.
There's no Y, so it's not all the vowels.
It is all the vowels, but only sometimes.
Well, anyway, that's the end of Scarlet and Violet. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
We'll
the
be
DLC
back for
was
Legends
fun.
Arceus soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that game.
We're shooting for April, and I can't wait to watch Carrot squirm.
I'm
And I
excited
can't
to
We're
play
gonna
it
shoot for
again.
April, and hopefully the video will be out by December 2029.
Yep.
I think I've already deleted my save file, and I'm ready for another run.
Well,
Yeah, I
let's
can't
go.
wait until we do Legends Arceus in May.
Why did you
I've
delete
already
your save
beat
file?
Legends Arceus on the second run
So
through.
that I can
I
play
went-
it again,
This
obviously.
will actually be my first time in Legends Arceus, unlike all these other leaves.
Why didn't you just make another account on your Switch?
So I can transfer all my Pokemon to my box, duh.
Oh, alright, fair enough, I suppose. Alright, well, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.